Alrighty, we are here. Monday Night Football. Raiders and the Chiefs. This was somewhat of an impromptu stream, but just want to see what kind of turnout we'll get. Excellent. Alrighty. How are we doing tonight, football fans? You might be right, Damian Lee. You might be right. Might need some a decent backup, just because you never know. Hey, CarCast, how you doing? Yeah, I normally just do the 49er games, but I thought, you know what? I actually have a lot more free time now. Work is going to be... I actually have a lot less work to do now. So I have a lot more free time, so you're going to notice a lot more... you're going to notice a lot more content coming up from me. For a while at least, so pretty stoked about that. But this should be a good game. You know what? It's weird for me to say, but it's going to be really nice to watch like a football game. I mean, my favorite thing is streaming the 49er games. But, sometimes it can get a little bit hectic. Sometimes it can get a little bit crazy. So it's going to be nice to be able to... just watch these teams, not have to stress out or anything. But you know what? I'm going to root for the Raiders. I'm wearing some Raider colors right now intentionally. But I think in this one, I'm going to root for the Raiders. I don't know. I just hate the Chiefs ever since they beat us in the Super Bowl. Getting a little scouting, on the Chiefs as well. And the Raiders. We play the Raiders later, but the Chiefs is coming up soon. But if you haven't already, guys, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. Like this stream. Bump us right up. We'll get some more people in here. I'm not really sure what kind of turnout to expect tonight. Of course, a lot of people are going to be streaming the game. A lot of people, when it's a nationally televised game, a lot of people can... that Kyler Murray outfit is hideous. But a lot of people are going to be able to watch the game too. So, but yeah, either way, I am... pretty stoked just to be here, and we'll see who comes in, checks out the stream, and we'll have a good time. We'll see who will be here. Scouting the enemy Chiefs. Well, so with the 49ers, we'll talk a little bit about the Niners. So I put out a video, a couple of videos actually since the stream, and talking a little bit about, the implications of the injuries, the breakdown of the game. But for this right here, we got Alex Smith, my boy Alex Smith. I'm a big Alex Smith fan. Alex Smith is right there with Steve Young, of course. We got Steve Young. Got a couple of former 49ers on the screen right now. And, of course, RG3 is there. Booger McFarland is there. But... yeah, with the 49ers, it sounds like Bosa and Gold are going to be day-to-day. What my guess is, I think it's going to be Jimmy Ward will be getting surgery tomorrow. He's not going to play against the Falcons. I'd be stunned if he did. But he might have to play for a while, but with one of those clubs. We saw Patrick Willis had one of those before. I think it was Patrick Willis and Takeo Spikes at one point. But it sounds like everyone here is picking the Chiefs to win. In terms of, you got Susie Colburn, I think her name is Susie something. Steve Young, RG3, Booger McFarland, Alex Smith. Alex Smith still got that arm. Looking for RG3. It's a touchdown. Man, I'm a big fan of RG3. He's a great media guy. Not that I didn't have any conversation with him, but I had a little back and forth with himself on Twitter, which was awesome. Big Alex Smith fan too. I'm going to see if I can find my Alex Smith. Maybe I'll look for it later. But yeah, I'm going to see if I had if I can find. I think I have my Alex Smith jersey. It's an old one. Let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Oh yes, here we go. So I bought this jersey, right? So this is an old Alex Smith jersey. You can see like I've worn it to shreds. I've worn it a bunch. But I bought this Alex Smith jersey. It was God, when did I buy this? It was January of 2006. Yeah, that's right. I bought this jersey after his horrific rookie season, but I was a big Alex Smith fan. But yeah, that's an old jersey that I haven't worn it in a while. But the old Reebok jersey. Yeah, Alex Smith right there. Big fan. Maybe I'll lay it out and you guys can take a look-see from back here. There we are. Alex Smith right there. This is going to be a lot more of a chill stream tonight compared to the intensity when I do 49er games. This is going to be definitely a little more chill. But I'm excited, first and foremost, I'm a 49ers fan, but, I love football, so it's going to be a good time. We got 5 people in here. Appreciate all of you for being here right now. It's going to be a fun game. I'm going to get pretty wacky and wild, but Alex Smith is part of the ESPN crew, so I'm going to bust out my old Alex Smith jersey, leave it back there, and, yeah, big fan of him. Big fan of Alex Smith. He's a good dude. Good dude. Bummer about the injuries towards the end of his career. Bummer about how really the 49er career, like the first 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It was into his 7th season. And that's when, man, it's crazy to think that, even then, of course, the internet was still really big and, people would call for, players to get traded or cut or whatever. But the fact that it took until Alex Smith's 7th year before he had any real, consistent success is pretty wild. But yeah, we got Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. Kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts on those guys. I kind of like Troy Aikman and Joe Buck. I think they're a good tandem. Much better than what ESPN normally has, that's for sure. Normally the ESPN announcers are just garbage. But I know Joe Buck gets a lot of hate, and maybe it's genuine, but for good reason. But I don't really mind him compared to others. I don't think he's that bad. That's a good question, actually. Who is the best announcing team in the NFL? I do love the Greg Papa. Greg Papa's great. Touchdown San Francisco. I'll tell you, the Chiefs actually have a pretty good one. They have, if you ever hear their radio play-by-play guy, the Chiefs one is good. The Vikings have a good one. The Vikings guy he's actually really funny. He's got a great voice for it, But, yeah, bringing you action here, Monday Night Football in Kansas City, Missouri. You got the 3-1 Kansas City Chiefs hosting the 1-3 Raiders. The Raiders so far this year, pretty disappointing, you have to say. Let's go through and see how their games have gone this year. But I think you have to say it's been quite disappointing, to be honest. Just coming from a 49er fan perspective, I think we're 3-2, and I think the Niners should be 4-1 at least, but. No shit. I did not know that Jock Peterson went to high school with Devontae Adams. That's really cool. All right. So let's take a look and see the Raiders and the Chiefs. So the Raiders have... Okay, so look, the Raiders, of course, they're 1-3, which is not good. But if you look at their games, week 1 against the Chargers at the LA Chargers, 24-19, 5-point game. Week 2 against the Cardinals at home, 29-23 they lose, 6-point game. Week 3 at the Titans, 24. They only lose by 2. And then last week, they do beat the Broncos convincingly. Well, somewhat convincingly, 32-23. I like Troy, but he needed a better part. Joe Buck don't fit. Madden and Summerall. Okay, I'm probably going to say some controversial things here. Does he hate the Giants, though? I mean, I thought Joe Buck had a couple of good calls against the Giants, but with during the Giants postseason runs. But Summerall, I mean, I think there's definitely a huge nostalgia factor. I love John Madden, like John Madden as the color analyst, like the breakdown. Like John Madden was great because you could tell that he just has that pure, unadulterated, passion for football. Summerall had a great voice, but sometimes his absolute lack of any enthusiasm, like he'd always have the same tone no matter what. It would be a little interesting with Pat Summerall because it'd always be like da 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 da, and there we go, the 49ers score a touchdown. There was no like, okay, wow. All right, Christian, thank you very much for stopping by, dropping the like, smash the like button. Appreciate that. Yeah, I just figured that I don't have anything really going on tonight. There's a football game, and again, I was talking a little bit. The Raiders 1-3 on the year, but their 3 losses have been by a total combined. Let me see, my math is right. It'd be a total combined 13 points. So an average of about 4.3 points a game is their those 3 losses. So the Raiders, I think they're the record's not good, but maybe they're a better team than their record suggests. But I think this should be a fun game. So, didn't really have much else going on tonight, so I just thought, hey, why not? And see who's around and get some people to watch the game with. We now have 10 people in here. Appreciate you. Now, John, I want to address what you said, Alex Smith. So, and this is something that I've started working on it, and now that I want to maybe redo it. But I started actually doing it was in the off season. I was working on a 49ers, like a documentary that I was going to do on basically the Mike Nolan era. And a lot of people would say like, oh, why Mike Nolan? Why that era? Well, for me, so for those of you who don't know, I was born in San Francisco, raised here, lifelong 49er fan, but I actually lived in Europe. I actually grew up for many years, and I lived in Europe for many years during like the mid-late 90s. And I was, when I moved over there, I was just a little kid, and we didn't, the internet was still very much in its infancy at that point, so I didn't really get to watch football. It wasn't on TV over there. With the time zone differences and everything, it was hard to watch. But it was around that time period when I really got back into football, and it was not a good era to get back into 49er football. But hey, I'm still here, and but yeah, that's something that I was working on. But I I'd started it, and I had maybe like the first 10 minutes done, but I want it to be about an hour long. But I think I'm going to redo that in the maybe next off season or in the coming months. We'll see. But Alex Smith, yeah. So to kind of go back to your point, John, yeah, Alex Smith had it rough. Constant new offensive coordinator every single year. First year is Mike McCarthy, then Norv Turner, then Jim Hostler, I think, and then I believe it was Mike Martz, and then it was Jimmy Ray. There was somebody else in there too, I think, but just every single year. Let Mike Nolan wear a suit on the sideline. Yeah, that was. I mean, it was interesting with the Mike Nolan era because the first year was just a mess because you had Rattay, and then they pulled Rattay. I think they just cut him or got rid of him. They eventually did, though, allow him, but it had to be Nike, or it had to be NFL. I think it had to be Reebok designed or something like that for him to wear the suit. But yeah, that whole era was really interesting for the 49ers because the first year was a mess. That rookie year by Alex Smith, look at the numbers. He was awful that year, but also the team was dreadful. But then the next year, the Niners go 7-9. But then Norv Turner, who was the offensive coordinator in 2006, he gets the Chargers job. So he leaves the 49ers, and the 49ers offense takes a big step back. They made some big signings. That's when they signed after that year. It was Nate Clements and Michael Lewis, and then it was they drafted Vernon Davis. But yeah, just an interesting time. Probably shouldn't be the Mike Nolan, but the John York era goes back before that. I just thought the Mike Nolan era was really interesting because for me it was really interesting because I thought that's when I really got back into football. But I look back on it and it was just such a shit show, really. With the way that, when Alex Smith he got his hey geezer. When Alex Smith hurt his shoulder, it was God, what was the guy's name? The Seattle Seahawk, Rocky Bernard or something, or what was the name of the guy who landed on Alex Smith's shoulder? And but anywho, so yeah, Alex Smith had a rough go of it for sure. But I was so glad when he finally had success with the 49ers. Then, of course, he suffers that concussion. And honestly, Kaepernick came in and played really, really well. I don't blame, the 49ers for making the decisions that they did. And they got 2 second-round picks for Alex Smith as well. So I think all in all, and then Alex Smith got to have a very solid rest of his career in Kansas City. And then, of course, he goes to Washington, the terrible injury. But I've always been a big fan of Alex Smith. Just definitely one of the good guys in the NFL, and always wished him success. And yeah, you'll see my jersey. I've had that jersey. I bought that jersey in January of 2006. So I've had that coming on 17 years this January. So there we go. Unreal, the NFL. Yeah, there was some success with the 49ers, before Mike Nolan, and, with Mariucci, the team was still like a perennial playoff contender. Garcia had about 2 or 3 years in a row where he was pretty good. T.O. was dominant. But I'm excited for this game, though. Raiders and Chiefs. So, yeah, let's keep in mind. So, any given Sunday or Monday, the Chiefs did lose to the Colts, and we know the Colts have not looked great. The Chiefs at home are very tough to beat, but I'm kind of rooting for the Raiders in this one just to see what craziness might occur. It'd be a whole lot of fun if the Raiders just threw a wrench in everyone's plan. That's kind of what their whole deal is. I think they just come in and screw things up for everybody else. But division games are very different. They're not, they're always tougher because these teams know each other really well. Yes, the thing is, I don't look at the coaches because the Niners were a dumpster fire. When exactly did John York take over? I was under the impression that it was the late 90s. I was under the impression it was, maybe like 98 or 99 or something like that. Which, of course, compared to beforehand, the success has been nothing remotely close. But, in the early 2000s, there's been some success. But after that, it was the Dennis Erickson thing that was not good. The way everything went down there. You traded T.O. You traded the best wide receiver in the game. People could say Randy Moss, T.O. Pick whoever you want, But we got some random defensive end from the Eagles who did nothing. Brandon Whiting. And we got like a 3rd or 4th round pick. For trading T.O. at that point of his career, we should have been getting like 2 first-round picks. But, that's... When was that? That was 18 years ago, so... Can you tell that I've moved on? No religion, yeah. For us old guys, nothing beats Cosell, Danny, and Frank, yeah. See, I really like... If I could do like an ultimate one, like an ultimate tandem... And I think they had it for a while. I can't remember what channel it was, but Al Michaels with John Madden. That would be my Al Michaels, the play-by-play, and then John Madden, the analyst. To me, that's like the best right there. I like Troy Aikman. Because, I mean, and I respect Troy Aikman in terms of obviously his football. The Raiders are going to get the ball. So kickoff is about to happen here. And the kick is away. Thank you for whoever took care of those bots. The bots are going to be here all night long. All night long. So we got the Raiders offense coming out onto the field. Here we go. Derek Carr does have the most passing touchdowns in Raiders franchise history. I thought it was Jamarcus Russell. Just kidding. Just kidding. But here we go. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 25-yard line. It was a touchback on the kick. Derek Carr behind center, man in motion. Jacobs in the backfield. Going to hand it off to Jacobs up the middle. Is going to get about 2.5, 3 yards on first down. 2.5 yards for Josh Jacobs out of Alabama. Star watch, Josh Jacobs on the running back. You got Darren Waller too. Devontae Adams, of course. Hunter Renfrow, he had a really poor game against, was it the Cardinals or the Titans where he had that really bad fumble? But Derek Carr behind center. That was a pickup of about 2. So Renfrow is going to want to bounce back this year. Raiders have some weapons here. Just the offensive line's kind of a mess. They're going to pitch it out left to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs is going to get up and actually fights for a few yards. Gets about maybe 4 yards there. So it's going to be 3rd and short for the Raiders. But there is a flag. And we probably know it's going to be in the area of holding, most likely against the offense. They are now discussing it a little bit more, but you can tell by the Raiders they're just walking backwards. So most likely this will be coming back a little bit. Personal foul, chop block on the Raiders. So that's 15 yards if I'm not mistaken. Yikes. Josh McDaniels not happy. And I don't like Josh McDaniels. So it was a chop block on number 72 and ended up actually almost tripping up Darren Waller at that. Interesting call, I guess. All right. So that's going to back the Raiders up big time. They got Alex Bars. I did like him coming out of Notre Dame. Didn't realize that. So that's going to make it 2nd and 21, and this is just not how you need to start a game in Kansas City. Unbelievable. Snap is away. Carr's got some time. He's going to throw it deep, real deep, looking for Hollins. He almost caught it. Wow, that was crazy. It was 2nd and 21. And he was looking, is that Mac Hollins, I think? For Hollins. And, man, he almost had it. It landed right here. And it just, man, he wishes he had that back. Because that's definitely a little push-off right there. Hollins had a little bit of a push-off there, but I heard Pittsburgh won a third for Mason Rudolph. No. 3rd and 21. Snap is away. I mean, you got a long way to go. Carr is just going to throw it short. It's going to get about 10, 11, probably just beyond the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be about 4th and 9. Of course, the Raiders are now going to have to punt the ball away to Kansas City. Man, they had a chance there with Hollins, though. Hollins really could have come up with something right there. Got that one-on-one matchup, and Hollins is a bigger guy, but there we go. So now we have the Raiders 4th and 9, so a 3 and out essentially for the Raiders. And the snap is away. Punt is away. Almost blocked, actually, by Kansas City. Sky Moore, the rookie, takes it at the 14-yard line, gets about 4 or 5 yards, maybe 6 on the return, up to about the 20-yard line. Really nice punt. That was a really nice punt there by A.J. Cole is the punter for the Las Vegas Raiders. A.J. Cole. Yeah, I like that was a great punt. To punt basically from the 25, your own 25, down to the 14. That's what, 25. That's like a 60-yard punt or so. So Mahomes is going to be in shotgun. Clyde Edwards-Helaire to his left. Going to hand it off up the middle. Going to get about maybe a yard or two. Tackled by Chandler Jones. Nice play there by Chandler Jones. The Raiders coming over to the Raiders in the offseason. So the Raiders do have a pair of some really nice edge rushers in Chandler Jones and Max Crosby. No sacks on the year yet, though, so he'll want to change that tonight. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his left. Kelsey down low. 3 receivers up top. 2nd and 8 at their own 23. Snap is away. Mahomes in trouble. Being chased by Chandler Jones. Dumps it off, looking for number 83. Chandler Jones with the pressure. It's going to be incomplete, though. You have Devontae Edwards-Helaire and Carlson in fantasy. There we go. That's a lot riding on this game tonight for you this fantasy week, Geezer. So Mahomes had to bail out of the pocket. Looking great play there by Raiders number 25. So now it's a 3rd and 8. Immediately into a 3rd and relatively long right here. You have Juju Smith-Schuster in motion. Snap is away. Only a 3-man rush. Max Crosby getting in there. Max Crosby's going to sack Patrick Mahomes. Big loss on the play. Max Crosby with a huge sack. Wow, it was really like a 3-man rush and then a very delayed kind of odd play right there by the Raiders defense, how they actually blitzed that. But Max Crosby matching up against the right tackle. Jerick McKinnon didn't really do anything there to help him out. But holy moly, great play. The Raiders defense gets a big stop. Punt is away by Tommy Townsend. Keelan Cole to return it. Catches it at the 30. Up to the 33-yard line. So a 3-yard return. Max Crosby, though, with a big play. They also have Clelin Ferrell there, the complete first-round bust by the Raiders back, 3 or 4 years ago. His wife is pregnant, and he is going to... Jeepers. Starting in 2000. Yeah, and then the team... Yeah, you're right, Christian. After, if it was 2000, yeah, Garcia, because I know Garcia... They had that nice run in 2002 where they had the huge comeback against the Giants. Then they just got whooped by Tampa Bay, who went on to win the Super Bowl that year. And then that's when I think Mariucci stepped down, or just, I don't know, was he fired? Was Mariucci fired, or was he just he stepped down? But then Dennis Erickson came in, and who was quite highly touted. But as we all know, and we can see by what's happened today, is that college coaches don't necessarily translate to the NFL. Dennis Erickson, a former Hurricanes, I believe. He was a Miami Hurricanes head coach, but did nothing with the Niners. Well, the first year, I think they went 7-9. And I remember week 1, I think it was week 1 of that season, where the Niners against the Bears won 49-3 or something. Or they just stomped on the Bears. But then the year after, 2-14, and then that's when that Mike Nolan era began, and the fateful decision of taking Alex Smith over Aaron Rodgers. But hey, that's 17, 18 years ago now. But I just thought that was a pretty interesting era for 49er football. Not a successful one, that's for sure, though. Yeah, so both teams offense is going 3 and out. A lot of times both of these teams are known for their offenses. Of course, Patrick Mahomes. Mariucci was fired, huh? Interesting. I guess they probably just fell because Mariucci took over for Seifert, 96 or something, or 95? Hey, Calvin. There we go. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully everything is good over there in Jamaica. Good to see you here. Yeah, let's get those likes going, guys. I know we're definitely not getting the usual crowd in here, just because it's not a 49er game. But, thank you for hanging out, and hopefully we're going to enjoy this Monday Night Football game. So, 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 33. Second drive of the game. Carr in the pocket's going to get sacked himself. Looks like it's going to be, it was it Frank Clark who gets in there? Or, man, Frank Clark, I think, and yeah, someone else got in there too. But Carr had some decent protection initially. Just nowhere to go with the football, and then all of a sudden the pocket just collapses. It was Karlaftis and Frank Clark. So I think that the Chiefs had a good draft. I like their first few picks. So it's 2nd and 17 now. The Raiders just going backwards. Wow, he's under pressure immediately, but somehow gets it off to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs got a nice running there on 2nd down, picks up about 15 yards immediately. Wow, immediately Carr was under pressure. I just had to flip it over to Josh Jacobs, and it worked out. He got about 14, 15 yards there. But the blocking on that was just a little bit iffy right there. Josh Jacobs kind of bobbled it for a second, but then takes it for a nice gain. So it's 3rd and 3 at the 40-yard line. Carr behind center, Jacobs in the backfield. You got Devontae Renfro, Hollins out there. They're going to pitch it out to Jacobs. I don't like this play call at all. Jacobs is going to fight. Jacobs actually fights and gets a 1st down. But there is a flag on the play. Holy moly. There's a flag on the play. We're going to see what the flag is. All right, Christian, you have a good rest of your night, buddy. We'll see you on Sunday, hopefully for the Falcons game. And it's against the offense. So it's going to be illegal block in the back. This time it's number 72 again. That's his 2nd penalty already. What's his name? Elumonia? I don't know. But, man, that's his 2nd penalty. He's already cost him big tonight. So that's going to make it 3rd and 13. Oof. To go from a 1st down to now 3rd and 13, that's rough. Good weather in Jamaica, just getting and cooking something. All right, there we go, Calvin. Hopefully you enjoy the game with me. Carr looking to throw under pressure, dumps it off to number 34, who's trying to break some tackles. Going to get decent yardage on the play. Actually, fighting for it. Got actually about 12 there, so it's going to be 4th and 1, and maybe do the Raiders get a little bit aggressive here and go for it? It looked like he was going to be stopped about 3 or 4 yards short, but then they just kept pushing him. Like that rugby scrum where it's just... And I think they're going to go for it. It looks like the offense for the Raiders is staying out on the field. I think this is not a terrible call here to go for it. We'll see what the actual play call is, but if you can try and keep the ball out of the hands of Patrick Mahomes, I think you have to do it. So Carr behind center. Jumbo package. They're going to fake the handoff. Carr's looking for it all. Wide open. Davante Adams. Davante Adams. It's going to be a touchdown, Raiders. Touchdown, Raiders. There we go. Davante Adams. 58-yard touchdown reception. 4th and 1, and the Raiders go for it. Play action. And they get a huge play to Davante Adams. Holy moly. He got wide open. Number 27. Just awful coverage. That's good for you, geezer. Davante Adams with a big touchdown. Yeah, who's number 27 right there? Just got beat badly. Fenton? I don't know who Fenton is. And here comes the extra point attempt for Carlson. And it's going to be good. So that makes the score 7-0 Raiders over the Chiefs. And wow, that's a big time play right there. That's Derek Carr's 200th career passing touchdowns too. That is a 200th career passing touchdown. So really good stuff there by the Raiders. Great play call to go for it, but just to be that aggressive and trusting that you're best, maybe the best player in the field, and Davante Adams to get open, and he did, and bam, just like that, Raiders 7-0 over the Kansas City Chiefs. And Kansas City kind of stunned right now. It's halfway through. Oh, it's halfway through the first quarter, and they're getting beat bad. They got beat bad on that big play right there. So there we go. There we go. The Raiders. Pretty impressive, I gotta say. I mean, considering they were in a third and 13, and they managed to pick up about 12 yards, and they go for it. But yeah, Raiders up 7-0 over the Kansas City Chiefs. Now look, in the big, it's still obviously incredibly early in the game, but the Raiders really want to go in there and just try and get this crowd quiet, and they've managed to do that. Now, the crowd's going to get really into it when Mahomes will be taking the field again, but we'll see what happens now. Can the Raiders slip of the tongue? But can the Raiders defense? Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, those guys can really disrupt things. And again, talked about this a little bit before the game started, that the Raiders, they've lost 3 games by a total combined 13 points. So they've been competitive against the Chargers. They've been competitive against the Titans, the Cardinals. They beat the Broncos. So this is not a terrible Raiders team by any means. This is not the Raiders of like the, 5 years ago, or 5-10 years ago. This is a decent Raiders team. Got some good edge rushers. They can make plays. Devontae Adams, big play. So we'll see how it goes. The Raiders will be kicking it off right now. And we'll see if Kansas City is not going to return it. So it's going to be a touchback. So Kansas City now will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. And yep, they are showing the old Fresno State highlights from Derek Carr to Devontae. That game would have been 18 points. Yeah. So Mahomes, his second drive of the game, in shotgun, back to his left. Snap is away. He's going to throw it over, caught by number 84. Is that Blake Bell or Noah Gray, or who's this? Number 84. First down yardage, though, pickup of about 11. So the Chiefs get a first down on the first play of the drive. They are up to about their own 36, maybe 37-yard line. Yeah, they did have a very good connection in college. They're going to the line pretty quickly. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his left. Now 3 receivers down low. Might be like the same kind of play, but just... He's going to flip it out to Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman got that great speed, gets decent yardage on first down. Probably about a pickup of 6 yards right there. The Titans need a secondary in the draft, or we're doomed. Yeah. I think what's really hurting the Titans, too, is the fact that they lost Harold Landry before the start of the season. He's a good pass rusher, so that just helps out the secondary. 2nd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs at their own 41-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun. Now 5 receivers. Quick pass to Kelsey. Kelsey is going to get just enough for the first down, so picks up just about 4.5 yards there. Travis Kelsey getting that first down for the Kansas City Chiefs. Decent tackle right there. I think is that Perriman? So they're going to get Travis Kelsey involved all game long. He's on the sideline right now, though. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Mahomes going to hand it off at the middle, but gets nothing. Clyde Edwards-Helaire stuffed at the line of scrimmage by Max Crosby. Maybe even lost half a yard on that, but really nice play there by Max Crosby. Yeah, I mean, having even a solid edge rusher like Landry really can help out the defense a lot. So 2nd and 10 right now for the Chiefs. They got nothing on that first down play. Stuffed out the run. So Mahomes in shotgun. Kelsey back on the field. Mahomes going to throw it out to his right. Picks up the first down. That's MVS. Marquez Valdez Scantling. Immediately when the ball was snapped, Mahomes just rolled out to his right and MVS wide open. I'm trying to see what kind of coverage here that the Raiders were playing. Oh, it was like the natural pick right there, but really good, excellent play call to get MVS in a little bit of space. Picks up the first down, so the Chiefs are now moving the ball big time. Looks like there's going to be a timeout on the field, maybe. Yeah, there is a timeout, Kansas City. I'm kind of interested to see what that whole timeout's about. There was still plenty of time left on the play clock. But now Kansas City moving the ball. The Kansas City offense really trying to make some moves here, trying to answer that touchdown drive that the Raiders had. And looks like they're doing a pretty darn good job of it. The Raiders, I mean, outside of Crosby and Chandler Jones, I'm trying to think who they really have on defense, and that's where it's going to be a struggle for them. They're going to have to make those big splash plays if they want to win this game, whether it's special teams on offense like they already did, or the defense has to come up with the big sacks, maybe some turnovers, but we'll see. But the Chiefs' offense is just an absolute machine. Question: do you think the 49ers versus Eagles NFC title game would be a great matchup? I mean, it would be a very good matchup. My hope would be that my hope is that the 49ers win the Super Bowl, but my hope would be, I just really hope that all these 49er players who get hurt, the ones who are not out for the year, that they're back, they're healthy, they're good to go. Because it would be a shame if they were missing. I mean, we know that Emmanuel Mosley is going to be out. We know that Trey Lance, but I think everyone else should be back. So, but yeah, I just hope the Niners can get healthy, and I think they can absolutely make a run for it, especially if Garoppolo can, keep playing pretty darn good football. So we shall see. It'd be a good matchup for sure, though. Because the Eagles and 49ers did play each other last season. The Niners were able to come away with a win. It was week 2 in Philadelphia. Not a great game, though, to be honest. Very low-scoring affair. Offenses didn't look great. Jalen Hurts played okay in that game, actually. He just does a lot of damage with his legs, and that's kind of where, I mean, if I'm a guy like Trey Lance, I think needs an arm to be truly. Yeah, he really does. But I liked, even in the game against Carolina, that Jimmy did take a couple of shots deep. So I do like that. That's to me, that's a good sign. So 1st and 10 for the Chiefs at the Raiders' 43-yard line. 1st and 10, Mahomes in shotgun. 2 receivers up top, 2 down low. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. He's going to run for it. Going to get decent yards, maybe about 5 yards. 4 or 5 yards. Mahomes does slide to avoid any hit. Don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Appreciate you. 2nd and 6, so a pickup of 4. They're going to be at the Raiders' 39-yard line. Raiders defense just always seems like a step behind. But we'll see if they can come up with a big play right here. Patrick Graham, first year's defensive coordinator with the Raiders. Mahomes in shotgun. Back to his, I think that was a neutral zone infraction on the Raiders, but I could be wrong. Mahomes going to run for it again, and he's going to dive forward. Bit of an awkward-looking dive, but he dives forward. They're saying, I mean, I would have thought that, I think it was Billings for the Raiders was probably, it was neutral zone infraction, or, yeah. But Mahomes now making plays with his legs. Yeah. There you go. No religion. Heard that. Mahomes in shotgun. Back to his left. 3 receivers down low. Now Smith-Schuster's going to motion up top. Going to see if it's man coverage. He's going to fake the handoff and a little dump off to He's going to dump it off to Smith-Schuster. Chandler Jones, I mean, you could have definitely argued a hold on that, but they're not going to call it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10. I mean, I thought that was a pretty clear hold by Chandler Jones. I mean, he just kind of tugged his arm back a little bit, so. The Raiders kind of get away with one right there. 2nd and 10 for the Chiefs at the Raiders 23. Raiders have to be thinking about holding the Chiefs to 3. Gotta hold them to 3. Mahomes in shotgun, gonna flip it up, looking for Smith-Schuster. It's gonna be incomplete. Smith-Schuster tried to get it with one hand, but unable to come up with it. That was Rocky Ya-Sin. What a great name. Unbelievable name. Rocky Ya-Sin on the coverage there for the Raiders. Different adventure that Jimmy Buffett had. That's true, man. And it's a great play by Rocky Ya-Sin. I mean, you could argue pass interference, but I'm glad there was a no call. So 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs now at the Raiders 23. Raiders probably want to. Are they going to drop? They are going to bring pressure. Safety blitz. Mahomes is going to have to throw it away. It was in the area trying to throw it to basically just a throwaway, but looking for Jerick McKinnon. But that was Jonathan Abram, I believe. They actually brought both of their safeties on blitzes. They were rushing 3 initially, but it was Abram and I think it was Diablo. Give it to Clyde, I beg of you. There we go. Yep, no religion. Oh, Jimmy Buffett. We have a 41-yard attempt now for Harrison Butker. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's going to be no good. He missed it. He missed it. Oh, it's right. It's a new kicker. Still without no Harrison Butker, so the kicker misses it. So the Raiders get away with that. Saves 3 points, but he pushes it right. It's right, so he missed it. And the Chiefs mascot is going crazy. I just want to ask the Rams why they let the Cowboys mark their stadium as their territory. I can't do a Samuel L. Jackson impersonation. I'm no good at it. I can do some impersonations, but former Jets kicker, well, that explains it. That's why he missed it. I mean, it's not... Wait, that was Matt Amendola? Wow. Another missed field goal. Matt Amendola. Yeah, he was just... Wait, wasn't he just... I thought he was with the Cardinals. Who was it? It's Matthew Wright. Matthew Wright. Matthew, wrong there. Matthew was dead wrong there, folks. Well, he was right, but a little too right. A little like wide right. Matthew wide right. Misses it. Oh, there you go. Well, that's my joke for the evening. So the Raiders, they haven't played that great, but they're leading 7-0. There's 4 minutes left in the first quarter. This will be the Raiders' fourth possession of the game. Matthew wide right. Puts it wide right. And that's going to be something to think about now for the in this game for the Chiefs. If missing that, it's not good. Thought he could control the wind on all sides to make kicks. Guess not. Guess not. Chiefs kickers this season. Justin Reed had a point after attempt. Oh, they had Matt Amendola. That's what it is. Matthew Wright, dude, he looks like a high school kid or something. He looks so young. 1st and 10 Raiders at their own 31-yard line. Josh Jacobs breaking. Oh, nice tackle by 32. I thought he was going to break that tackle, but kind of drags him down by his arm. So pickup of about maybe 4 or so. But decent field position for the Raiders too. Bolton with the tackle. So that's a nice tackle. Because if he broke that tackle, he could have gone quite far with that. Interesting formation here. The Raiders going with an extra offensive lineman here. They are going to hand it off up the middle. Jacobs is going to fight for about 2 yards. Ooh, Davante Adams coming in, hitting, I think, was that L'Jarius Sneed late? Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Oh, did he? Wow. 3rd and 4 right now for the Raiders. 3rd and very manageable. I can't, Cody. Sorry. 3rd and 4. Carr behind center. Off-eye formation. Looking to throw. He's going to dump it off over the middle. It's going to be very close. I think they're going to give Hunter Renfrow a first down. Picks up just enough for the first down. Hunter Renfrow. Yeah, he's really good at that. Hunter Renfrow is really good at those little routes. Just gets enough. That is a first down for sure. 9 people in here, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really does help me out a lot. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 42. Fake the... Oh, Josh Jacobs with room to run. Breaking tackles, too. Gets about 9 yards on first down. Cody, yes, I will happily play the audio next year if the NFL is cool with that. I'll just have to get... the NFL just has to relax their rules on that kind of copyright stuff, which they're not going to do. But you never know. My opponent has Hunter... Oh, it was only a gain of like 4 yards, so not a big deal there, geezer. 2nd and 1 now for the Raiders. They're just on the Kansas City side of the field. Raiders moving the ball now. Offense is getting things going. Derek Carr behind center. Going to hand it off to Jacobs, who's going to be... It's very close to a first down. I think this might be 3rd and inches. And if it is, then I think you just have to like do a quarterback sneak. But we'll see what they call it. They're going to actually call for a measurement. It's very close. It's very close to a first down. I think it could be a first down. 10 people in here, guys. You know what to do. Like the stream. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I do 49ers videos throughout the week. And then I stream all the 49er games. And for the foreseeable future, I will be streaming some other NFL games. I think they're calling that first down? Holy moly, okay. Hey, what's up, Smoke? How we doing? Good to see you. Always good to see you in the chat. I mean, I wish I could play the sound. I wish I could show the game like on the actual stream, but of course, in a split second, it would be taken down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Derek Carr behind center, hands off to Jacobs. Jacobs not going to get much on this. Yeah, pickup of about 1 on first down. So it's going to be 2nd and 9. They are at the Kansas City 47. Darren Waller on the sideline, not really sure what's going on with that. I mean, you'd think that he'd be out there. They've had number 77, an extra offensive lineman's been out there quite a bit. I mean, they must be pretty concerned about their right tackles, so we'll see. But a lot of behind center here for the Raiders. Interesting. Fullback back in the backfield, Davante Adams, Hunter Renfrow up top. Renfrow in motion down low. Going to reveal zone coverage. Carr looking, dumps it off here to the fullback who's going to actually break a tackle, then picks up about 6 yards on the play. So nice, decent run right there after the catch by number 45, by Johnson. It's the end of the first quarter. So we're now going to be into the second quarter of action. The Raiders are going to have a very manageable third down. And where they're at in this part of the field, so it's going to be, it's going to be 3rd and 4 at the Kansas City 42-yard line. So you have to think that even if they don't pick up this third down, unless it's like a sack or if there's like a flag or something, that they could very much also go for it on 4th down. You're at that part of the field where, just like they did in their last drive, I think that you want to try and keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. So we shall see what they decide to do here. What commercial is this? FanDuel? That's a great commercial. 10 people in here, guys. You know what to do. Like and subscribe. All right. We got 10 likes so far. Thank you, everyone, for getting us into those double digit for the likes. If we can get to 15 likes, this was somewhat of an impromptu stream, so I do appreciate everyone for being here. Geezer, Cody, Damien, Smoke, everyone, No Religion, everyone else who's been around here. I really appreciate you guys for hanging out with me on this Monday Night Football. Yeah, I didn't really have a whole lot going on tonight, so I figured, you know what, may as well stream the game. Get some company watching this game, because I'd be watching this either way. So 12 people in here. You guys know what to do. A little like, a little subscription always goes a long way. J Mouse, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you in here. Hopefully we are enjoying the game so far tonight. That victory Monday for the 49ers. That Pyrrhic victory Monday, really. 10 likes, just like the Rams' total point average. Yeah, Damien, you know what's really funny is, so I went to the Ramelia live stream and a couple other ones, and I see you talking smack to the Rams fans. That's hilarious. I love it. The Discord's at 11 members. There we go. Geezer, do you want to pop in the link to the Discord again? Just so if anyone else here who hasn't joined maybe can check it out. Thank you again, Geezer, for setting that up. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. And I'll probably put the Discord link in my my actual YouTube profile as well. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders at the Kansas City, about the 42-yard line. Carr and shotgun. Snap is away. He's got time. He's going to throw it deep. Looking for Davante. That might be its pass interference against number 27 of the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs might be able to argue, though, that it was maybe not going to be possible to catch it, just considering the throw, but we'll see. They are calling pass interference against the Chiefs on Rashad Fenton. Do they have, what's his name playing? Their first-round pick out of Washington. Not Kyler Gordon, but the other Washington cornerback. His name is just completely slipping my mind. But the Raiders now, 1st and 10 at the Kansas City 17-yard line. Carr is going to be in shotgun, backs either side of him. Devontae Hollins, and then they also got their tight end out there. They're going to lose a ton of yards right there. They hand it off to number 35, Frank Clark. That was, I think, Zamir White. Frank Clark, big-time tackle. Lost about maybe 6 yards on that run. Yikes, that was brutal. Brutal. Maybe even 7 yards. Holy smokes. Yeah, I lost 7 yards on that. And Darren Waller is not in the game. Must be hurt or something. But 2nd and 17 now at the Kansas City 24. Carr and shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Snap is away. He's under pressure. Throwing it up for Davante. Davante, look, and it's going to be pass interference in the end zone on Watson. So that's going to be 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. Yeah, Watson for the Chiefs did not turn around looking for it. They're going to call pass interference. He didn't make an effort to turn around for it. Pass interference, defense. So on Jalen Watson. So this is going to be first and goal from the 1 yard line for the Raiders. But it was 1-on-1, and with Davante Adams, you have to love that. But yeah, Watson didn't, and the ball was kind of thrown a little short. But Watson didn't even make an attempt to turn his head around. So now it's first and goal from the 1 yard line. Carr behind center, Jacobs in the backfield, Adams, Hollins, and then someone else on the field. Play action, looking for Hollins in the corner of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. Hollins kind of got tripped up a little bit by the Kansas City DB. Man, I think the mask Waller is probable to return hamstring. The masked clam that name is great. Oh my God. Is probable to return. Yeah, they need him out here. This is a big game for the Raiders. Division game. Every game's big, but division game, you can't go 1-4 in the year. Second and goal, Carr and shotgun, back to his left. Probably they're going to hand it off to Jacobs. Jacobs, it's going to be touchdown Raiders! Touchdown Raiders! Wow, where we go. The Raiders getting the benefit of a bunch of, 2 pass interference calls. And that's why in the NFL, if you ever, honestly, that's why it's such a big deal that if you can get those one-on-one matchups on the outside, I mean, if you have receivers like Davante Adams, you have to just throw it up because either Adams is going to catch it or it's going to be a pass interference or else the DB just makes a fantastic play and knocks it away. So not a bad strategy by any means. The extra point coming right up. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's going to be good. So all of a sudden, it's going to be 14-0 to the Raiders. We're in the second quarter here. So far, Kansas City has gone 3 and out. They had a decent drive going, which stalled out, and they missed their field goal. But, wow, this is not what I would have expected. Raiders up 14-0. Now, we've seen this happen before. Not only with the Chiefs being able to come back against other teams, but they've done it against the Raiders a number of times. So the Raiders have to keep their foot on the gas because my prediction, I still think that in this game, the Chiefs, I don't want to say prediction, but the Chiefs could still easily put up 28 points in this game. So, they can strike so fast. So if you're the Raiders, keep the foot on the gas. There we go. But just a big-time play right there for the Raiders. A big, just throwing it up, and good things can happen. We saw it for the 49ers. With regards to when Jimmy Garoppolo threw it up for Kittle on third down, threw it up for Tevin Coleman on third down. I want to say the 49ers got a pass interference call in their favor too. I think it was was it Ayuk, I think, who got interfered with? So a lot of good things can happen in the NFL, and that's what the league is designed for. You can throw the football deep. That's why I want to see more of that from Jimmy Garoppolo moving forward with the Niners. But a pretty impressive drive by the Raiders. They're getting, for the most part, they're getting pretty good yards on first down, which is and it ultimately sets up just very manageable situations. So if you can get those 5, 6, 7 yards on first down, it just makes it so much easier. And you get the entire playbook that you can work with. So if the Raiders can keep this up, I think they could be on to pretty big things, in this game, but they have to keep it going. We got 11 likes here. All right. Let's see if we can get to 15 likes. And if you haven't already, if you're just tuning in, feel free to drop a subscription. I stream all the 49er games. And then, cool. Awesome. Thank you very much, Geezer. Let me take note of that. Well, I'm already in the invite. All right, so the kick is away, so it's going to be Kansas City ball. It's going to be a touchback. So Kansas City now. There is 14 minutes left in the second quarter. 14 minutes left in the half. 14-0 Raiders. The Raiders really the big plays, and they've been taking some shots. Geezer, it's Shifty 49ers Talk is my Twitter. But the Raiders, with the big play on 4th and 1 to Davante Adams for the first touchdown, then they get the benefit of a couple of pass interference calls, which were well, the second one for sure was. I don't know about the first one, but Ward is going to play his former team, which is the Chiefs. I hope he gets. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. If Charvarius intercepted Pat Mahomes, I would love it. Absolutely love it. And with the 49ers going up against the Chiefs just in a couple of weeks, it's going to be, we don't play the Raiders until New Year's Day. But the Chiefs is just a couple of games away, so almost getting a little bit of scout. I'm sure the Niners coaching staff is watching this game too. Snap is away. It's 2nd and 9. Mahomes throwing it to Kelsey. Going to get maybe 4 to 5 yards on the play, so it's going to be 3rd and about 4 for Kansas City. 3rd and 4 for Kansas City. And, it'll be great to see Charvarius going up against his former team's quarterback, Pat Mahomes. And then I'll be curious to see how well the Niners can do defending against the Kansas City Chiefs. Hopefully Jason Verrett will be healthy. That would be awesome. That'll be a big boost to the team. But it's 3rd and 4 here. Chiefs are they really need to pick this up. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his left. He's going to be under pressure. Chandler Jones, but he escapes out of it somehow. Incomplete. Looking for Jerick McKinnon. Almost sacked by Chandler Jones. Did a interesting little pirouette and kind of got out of it. Threw it looking for McKinnon, but just overthrew it. I mean, the level of difficulty on that throw was just insane. Good coverage there by number 5 of the Raiders, whoever that is. Orlando Brown. Orlando Brown is their right tackle, I think, or their left tackle. But they're going to punt it away. The punt is away. It's going to be fielded at the 22-yard line. So a 3 and out for the Chiefs. The Raiders have a lot of momentum. So that was Keelan Cole with the fair catch, but at the 22, 23-yard line. And the Raiders, a ton of momentum. Man, if they can go down and score even a field goal, then you're thinking, wow, it could be a 3-possession game. I hate McKinnon. He talked trash about, I mean, it's like he blamed the Niners for his injuries, and it's like we gave him a big contract. Like, I was shocked when I remember, like, when I heard about McKinnon signing with the Niners and that contract. I was stunned that we gave him that much money because McKinnon, even in Minnesota, he never did a lot. Like, he never did a ton. It was always with him, it was like potential. And he never lived up to it, so... Yeah, McKinnon was just a complete and utter bust with the 49ers. What a terrible signing that was. I thought, I mean, when you could see, like, when we signed him, that there was definitely, there was a reason for it, that he had, like, a lot of, like, the skill set and everything to excel with the Niners. But, man, he was just couldn't stay healthy, and, yeah, just a complete and utter bust, really. So it didn't really do a whole lot for us. But there we go. But we're going to have the Raiders first down and 10 at their own 23-yard line. 12 minutes left in the first half. And, man, Kansas City has just not really been able to get their offense going at all. They had one nice drive, and they've had 2 3-and-outs. The one nice drive stalled out. Gary's Farm Fest in Grantville, Kansas. Looks like a hoot and a holler, folks. There you go, Geezer. Keep it up, man. I'll follow you back, so just so you know. So Raiders, 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. Carr's going to be behind center. Fullback and Josh Jacobs back there. Snap is away. They're going to hand off to Josh Jacobs up the middle. He's got a decent breaking tackles. Josh Jacobs up to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 12. If he was able to break one more tackle, he would still be running. But Josh Jacobs with a nice run right up the middle. Excellent blocking here by the Raiders' offensive line. Alex Bars, someone who I like coming out of Notre Dame. Decent blocking right there. The Niners we do like our Notre Dame offensive linemen. Aaron Banks, Mike McGlinchey starting on the Niners offensive line. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Behind center, I formation. They're going to hand it off to Jacobs up the middle again. Breaking tackles. Jacobs running up to the 50 in time. Kansas City territory runs right over Justin Reed. Big time run by Josh Jacobs. Pickup of about 20 yards or so. Huge run. Just excellent blocking here from the Raiders offensive line. That's all you can say, really. And Josh Jacobs running with authority. Cuts it out left. And he just lays a big hit on Justin Reed up to the Kansas City, maybe 43-yard line. But Josh Jacobs having himself a night so far. 6.1 yards per carry and a touchdown. Behind center, just a strong formation. Fullback to the right a little bit. Snap is away. Carr's looking to throw it now. He's got some time looking for Devontae, but not on the same page right there. Carr expecting Devontae to maybe come back to the ball a little bit earlier. Shifty, is Solomon Thomas still with the Raiders? No, he is with the New York Jets. He is with the New York Jets with Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh's coaching staff at the Jets. He was with the Raiders for a couple of years, I think. Or one year, maybe, I think 1.5 years. 1 year, I think. But he's with the Jets now. So 2nd and 10 for the Raiders at the Kansas City 43. Carr in shotgun now. Snap is away. Throws it quick to Renfro. Renfro's not going to get anywhere, really. Oh, Renfro, decent, actually. Made a little bit of a move. Got about 3 yards. So it's going to be about 3rd and 7. We're going to be, the Raiders are going to be, definitely not we. The Raiders are going to be 3rd and 7 at the Kansas City 40-yard line, but I'm definitely rooting for I'm rooting for the Raiders in this one, but because I definitely want it's always good to see Kansas City lose. I just don't like them. After that Super Bowl, I know it's petty, but hey, 3rd and 7 now. Big play right here. This is big. Can the Raiders capitalize? Snap is away. Carr gonna dump it off to Jacobs. Jacobs gonna not make it for the first down. Interesting play there. It's gonna be 4th and about 1. Now, do the Raiders go for it here, really try and stamp their authority on this game, or do they try and kick the field goal? It'd be about a 53-yarder, I'd say. It'd be about a 53-yarder, but you have the chance to make it a 3-possession game. Now, it looks like the Raiders are going to go for it. As a Stanford fan, Solomon Thomas was good for us. Yes, he wasn't great with us, to be honest. I mean, nowhere near what we wanted when you pick him 3rd overall. 4th and 1. Timeout Raiders. Good call. Maybe they'll think about it, potentially kick a field goal. We'll see. But, yeah, I think with Solomon Thomas, he just never really had a true position. Like, there was nothing that I think Solomon Thomas was kind of okay at a few things, but that's really concerning when you have a guy, especially who's going to be picked that high, where if you're going to play defensive end, I mean, if you're going to be the 3rd overall pick, you better be able to get after the quarterback. You know, I think what maybe the Niners were hoping for was maybe like a Justin Smith type player. Not the biggest necessarily, but incredibly strong. Now the Raiders are going to go and kick the field goal. So they've changed their mind now. The Raiders are going to line up to try and kick a field goal. Daniel Carlson, so this is big for you, Geezer, because this would be a long field goal. 4th and 1, it'd be a 53-yarder. Not much wind. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's looking good. It's good. Daniel Carlson with the 53-yarder. That should get Geezer a whole bunch of fantasy points. Yeah, I mean, and Damien, that's yeah, I think that really, understandably so. Understandably so that I don't have a sister, but I have a brother. If that I can't imagine what that's like to go through. So, I can I can't sympathize with the guy because I don't know what it's like, but I guess empathy is the right word. But you feel for him, and I think it's cool that Solomon's been very open about his struggles and that he really wants to make a difference. So that's awesome, and I wish Solomon Thomas the best of luck. I mean, it's a bummer that of course I would have wished he became a all-pro type player with the 49ers, but it doesn't always work out that way. He wasn't the worst player by any means, but if he was drafted in the 3rd, 4th round, you'd be like, okay. But the fact that now it's he was the 3rd overall pick, I think the expectations were crazy. And yeah, sometimes with that, obviously with all the with all of the personal issues going on, that's it's tough for any person to kind of overcome. But I'm glad that he's still playing. I'm going to start NBA fantasy. See, NBA, baseball, and hockey fantasy, I know you can do the whole set the lineups automatically and stuff, but it's such an everyday thing. I mean, you could maybe argue that fantasy football is too, not as much, but if you're really into fantasy football, because you have the Thursday night game, Monday night, of course, all day Sunday. Then you got to keep an eye on the waiver wire, all that kind of stuff. So, but NBA season's right around the corner. I think it's about, is it a week from tomorrow? I think Warriors Lakers. I might stream that game actually. I haven't streamed a basketball game yet. I'll have to figure out a different way to do the score because I'm not going to update the score every score and when it comes to a basketball game. I'm sure there's a way to do it without me having to update it manually. So the Raiders, 3-possession lead after the timeout. They thought about they were going to go for it on 4th and 1, but they clearly have a lot of faith in Daniel Carlson, and it paid off. It's 17-0. And now let's see, can the Kansas City Chiefs offense, can they get it going? Oh my God, some of these graphics are just kind of cringeworthy. I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. Josh McDaniels looks scary in these freaking things. But they are in these, essentially with the graphics, what they're kind of showing here and talking about here is, the Raiders they've lost 3 games, but all of the games were less than 7 points. So they're not a bad team. Kansas City, Mahomes and shotgun, snap is away. Mahomes gets almost sacked by Chandler Jones again. Wow, Chandler Jones is having a really good game. Yeah, that ESPN graphic, right, Geezer, isn't it? Josh McDaniels looks crazy. Like the gnarly breakfast buffet. I mean, come on now. We can do better than that. Oh, my God. Now, Troy Aikman's talking his way about being drunk. There we go. Monday Night Football. 2nd and 10 Chiefs. Mahomes and shotgun. Looking to throw. Gonna throw it. Oh, actually bobbled by Juju Smith-Schuster. Would have been a pickup of about 6 or 7, but bobbled. So now this is a 3rd and 10 for Kansas City, and this is their 4th drive of the game. If they cannot convert this, then you're looking at 3 out of the 4 drives being 3-and-outs. Mahomes 5 for 12 for 38 yards. Now, we all know that at any second, Mahomes can just put up crazy points, but wow. 3rd and 10. Mahomes in shotgun. I think it's McKinnon to his left. Kelsey up top. Oh, I think there's an offside on Chandler Jones, so it's a free play, and it's going to be picked up by MVS. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, first down. The flag is going to be against the Raiders, so they're going to decline the flag. Yep, so it's a first down Kansas City. Pickup of 18 by MVS. Jeez, yeah. Copy and paste what in the chat? That ESPN, Jesus, yeah, that graphic was freaking something, huh? Nice route there by MVS, able to hang on, make a big play. The Chiefs needed that. Now they're up to their own 43-yard line, 1st and 10. MVS 2 catches for 29 yards. Snap is away. Mahomes looking to throw. Under pressure, gets sacked by Max Crosby. 2nd sack of the night for Max Crosby. And the Raiders, Crosby and Chandler Jones are causing the Chiefs' offensive line all kinds of fits. Oh, I mean, yeah, for that if you want to. 13 people in here. Feel free to like and subscribe to the channel. 2nd and 17 for the Chiefs. Mahomes in shotgun. McKinnon to his right. Gonna hand it off to McKinnon, who's gonna actually get through. Get nice yards for McKinnon. Fighting. McKinnon up for a first. Still breaking tackles down to the Raiders 35. The Raiders completely forgot how to tackle. How in the world did he get that many yards? McKinnon should have been stopped for a pickup of about maybe 6 or 7. Ends up getting about 25 yards on the play. What in the world? And he just kept the Raiders trying to go for the fumble. Now they're all the way up 30-yard run. Chiefs are up to the Raiders 34. They hand off to McKinnon again. McKinnon breaking tackles. McKinnon getting about 10 yards. That's going to be another first down. There is a Raider on the ground. He's getting up now. So McKinnon actually running pretty well right now for Kansas City. The Raiders are so nervous of the throws that they just don't have the personnel to stop the run. What in the world is... Oh, they're going to call it a 9-yard pickup. So it's 2nd and 1 at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Kelsey in motion. Mahomes in shotgun. McKinnon still in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to McKinnon again, who... Ooh, I think he did with forward progress. I think he just got enough. He just got enough for the first down. So first down, Kansas City. They are right there at the Raiders' 24, 23-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun. McKinnon to his right. Kelsey up top. 3 receivers down low. Snap is away. Crosby looking, almost getting a sack again. He throws it. Wow, Mahomes, great throw to MVS. Picks up a first down. Now it's going to be 1st and goal to go for the Chiefs. Mahomes almost sacked twice. Still manages to lay a perfect throw right at the middle to MVS. Crosby touches him. Chandler Jones hits him too. Great throw. Just, wow. So it's 1st and goal right now from the Raiders just inside the 10-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun. McKinnon to his right. Looking to dumps it out to Mecole Hardman. Mecole Hardman gets about 3 yards on first down. Nice little play right there. Definitely something that we see the 49ers run a lot. But it's going to be 2nd and goal right now from the 7. You have to think here that Kansas City, they really, really need 7 points here. 2nd and goal from the 7. There's about 5 minutes left in the half. Mahomes in shotgun. It's Clyde Edwards-Helaire to his right. Snap is away. Mahomes looking for the end zone. It's Edwards-Helaire. It's a touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Patrick Mahomes finds CEH. Clyde Edwards-Helaire for a 7-yard touchdown reception. And he kind of fell right into the end zone. Nice route there. Was he? Oh, I think he might be short. I think that's actually Geezer. I think that's going to come back. I think he was short of the goal line when he was touched down. Yep, he's about a full yard short of the goal line. You're right about that, Damian Lee. He's about a full yard short of the goal line, so that's actually not going to be a touchdown. So that's going to be a 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. They called it a touchdown initially, but on further review, he was touched down about a yard short. Yep, the play has been overturned. Give us our money back. Richie James? I don't know. I mean, he never had any big money with us. He had a couple of nice games for us, but nice. He had a kickoff return, too, against Seattle. 3rd and goal. It's McKinnon in the backfield. No Edwards-Helaire on the play. Snap is away. They are going to throw it for, touchdown, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Travis Kelce. Mahomes had a lot of time there in the pocket. That play took a while to develop, but he hits Travis Kelce in the back of the end zone. When you have, in the red zone, you're against Travis Kelce. You have to get to Mahomes quickly. Number 25 on the coverage, but just wasn't there. Wasn't there nearly fast enough. And a big-time play there for the Chiefs. They do punch it in and get it into the end zone. Here comes the extra point. This is something to keep an eye on. Snap is away. Kick is up. And it's good, but just about. So that could be a big storyline later in this game is the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, I never moved the ball back. Whoops. Or did I just? I never did. Whoops. But now it's going to be, so there's about less than 5 minutes left, I think. 4:40 left in the half. Now remember, Kansas City, they get the ball to start the second half. If only Pat Freiermuth did something yesterday, I wouldn't have the issue. Yeah, Freiermuth, the Steelers are just not in a good situation at all. I'm not really sure what's going on over there in Pittsburgh. Last year they were a playoff team, of course. We all know Big Ben retires, but Big Ben wasn't even that good last year. But Trubisky and Pickett, and I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what happens in Pittsburgh. But yeah, when TJ Watt went down, that whole team just crumbled. Richie James, he had I think it was Sunday Night Football, or Monday Night Football against the Packers. It was Beathard was the quarterback. That he was actually, he had like over 100 yards. Oh man, Emmanuel Mosley. He's tweeting out. I'm going to tweet back to Emmanuel Mosley. Not that he's going to respond to me, but why not, right? All right. Discord now has 12 members. Wow, jeepers. That picture of Patrick Mahomes, huh? This can't be real. Is this a real picture of Patrick Mahomes? Look, I know I'm not the best looking dude. I'm no Jimmy Garoppolo, but Unbelievable. All right, there we go with the bots coming in. Here come the bots. Thank you, whoever took care of that. I'm guessing Geezer probably. So now the Chiefs are going to kick it off to the Raiders, and the Raiders have been able to move the ball with relative success. Kick is away. It's a booming kick. And so the Raiders will now have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. 4:40 left in the half. Now this is a pivotal point in the game, because if you're the Raiders, we know the Chiefs can put up points fast. So if you're the Raiders, ideally, I mean, a perfect scenario right here for the Raiders is you run down the clock for the entire half, you come away with points, ideally 7. But if the Chiefs can put up points before halftime and they come out of the half with the ball, that could be bad. But the Raiders hand up to Josh Jacobs, who gets about 8 or 9 yards on 1st down. And this is something the Raiders have done very well. But Josh Jacobs looks like he's in some pain right. He may have got hit in the family jewels right there. He looks uncomfortable. J-Mouse, I'll give you a mod after a couple of streams of consistently. That's kind of what I like to do is with Geezer, with a number of other people who are mods here. After being here, Josh Jacobs 1st down with forward progress. There's a flag on the play, so we'll see what this is. This is usually in the area against the offense, but I like to have people be here it is against the offense. And let me see what the actual play call is. It's a holding against Thayer Munford Jr. It's a mouthful right there. Yeah, once people are here for like a number of streams in a row and yada, 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 then I will do that. I'm happy to give them the moderator status. So that bumps back the Raiders now 2nd and 12. So that negates the nice pickup on 1st down by Josh Jacobs. Jacobs is okay. So Derek Carr behind center. Snap is away. Going to hand it off to Jacobs. Jacobs, decent yardage actually there. Picks up maybe about 6 yards. So that'll make it 3rd and 6. So it's definitely manageable here for the Raiders. There's about 3:20 left in the half. This is key right here. If you're the Raiders, because if you don't pick up this 3rd down, you're probably looking at about just over 2 minutes left in the half. You have the 2-minute warning plus 2 timeouts for Kansas City's offense. So the Raiders here, they need to pick up this 1st down. There's 2:55 left in the half. Carr in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away. Wasn't ready for it. What in the world happened? There was a timeout on the field. Derek Carr calls timeout. I think it was Derek Carr. Someone called timeout, but the ball still got snapped, and Carr just throws it at the official. Man, imagine if that wasn't called a timeout. You just like hand the ball to the official, like, "Here, you take it." Hot potato. That's hilarious. Unbelievable. So there's 2:54 left in the half. 17-7 Raiders. 3rd and 6. They have the ball at their own 29-yard line. 6 yards to go. If they get this, they can. This is big for the Raiders here. If they want to win this game, this might be a moment that we look back on saying this was either the moment that they won it or possibly lost it. In shotgun, back to his left. Snap is away. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it. Devontae wide open, then he fumbles it out of bounds. They are going to, I think, are they going to say it was either incomplete or I don't know what they're going to call this. Because it was either a catch, then a fumble. It looks like the officials are going to call it a catch and then a fumble. Or are they going to call it incomplete? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a fumble. Yeah, that's a catch and fumble because he catches it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 steps. So that should be a catch and fumble. They do call it a 1st and 10, and the clock is now winding. So 2.5 minutes left in the half. Behind center, they're going to hand it to Jacobs up the middle. He's going to get about 2-ish yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 8. This could very well wind us down to the 2-minute warning, but that was a big play for the Raiders. The Raiders, they do only have 1 timeout, but it seems to me they seem happy to just wind it down to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 8. Yeah, Geezer, I noticed that you hadn't been putting out videos. Well, when you get older, Geezer, and then you can, you can like do your own like videos in terms of like you doing your thing, but yeah, the editing is what takes the longest. Like on any of my videos, like it's always the editing. And like, not that my videos are far from perfect. They're not by any means. I think the editing on my videos is very amateurish. I don't have any training or anything in editing, but I think it's like okay, maybe you might say, my editing in videos, but it's definitely the longest part of it. But I do like to put in the effort when it comes to a video. I like to put in the effort, like for my videos, I like to put in the effort and the editing just so it looks like, I put in the time. Yeah, we probably use a similar software. Oh, shit. The tweet that I put out is, whoops, gonna delete that. The tweet that I put out for this game was actually the wrong title. It still said 49ers and Panthers. Oops. Let me see. Use CapCut. I use Shotcut. Shotcut on my laptop. I was thinking about using DaVinci Resolve, I think. It definitely seems a little more... there's a little more to it, so I'm going to have to spend some time watching videos on how to use DaVinci Resolve like effectively. But for the time being, I use Shotcut. That's kind of what I'm used to. So, what was I trying to do here? We got 13 likes. 2 more likes to 15. Let's go. 7 people in here. If you haven't already, hit that like button. 2nd and 8 for the Raiders at their own 46-yard line. We're coming out of the 2-minute warning. Carr behind center. Snap is away. Fakes the handoff. Got time. Going to dump it off to Jacobs, who's going to be met immediately. Great tackle there by number 32, I think. No pickup on the catch. I think the Raiders here will be very curious now to see. They're happy to let the clock wind down because they really want to give Mahomes little to no time if they don't pick up this first down. There's 1:25 left. They'll probably wind the clock down as far as they can. Only 2 timeouts left for Kansas City. Raiders only have 1 timeout. 3rd and 8. Carr and shotgun. Snap is away. Gets it off in time. Steps up. He's going to get sacked. Gets sacked. And it's going to be a fumble and recovered by Kansas City. Chris Jones. But there is a flag on the play. There's a flag on the play. I don't know if they actually ruled that as a sack and fumble. Well, they ruled it would have been a sack. I don't know if it was a fumble, but there is a flag on the play. Kansas City thinks it's against the Raiders. Derek Carr not happy hearing the officials talk, so you have to think that this is probably against the Raiders. Not sure. Yeah, the Chiefs, who are basically surrounding the officials now, they're wanting to hear what's going on. What's the call here? Personal foul. Roughing the passer on the defense. Wow. Wow. And you can see that Kansas City fan, she is not happy. She's going to see that she's on the big screen. Cowboy fans are delusional. That's not a roughing the passer. Come on. That's a sack fumble. I'm going for the Raiders, but good grief, that ain't no passer or roughing the passer. He just sacked him. Where else do you want him to fall? There's nowhere else for him to fall. And now Andy Reid gets to feel like what Arthur Smith felt like. I mean, not as egregious of a call as the one in Atlanta against Tampa Bay, but a terrible call nonetheless. And Andy Reid is not happy. Right through his mustache, you can see exactly what he's saying. He is letting the officials have it. Big for the Raiders, though. That's an automatic first down. They're at the Kansas City 40. Carr behind center. Strong formation. Hands it to Jacobs up the middle, dancing around. Picks up about 4 yards. Maybe they'll say 3-4 yards. I just don't see it. It's just a bad call. He fumbles the ball. He's trying to just maintain possession of the ball. There's no intention there to injure the quarterback. Where else is he supposed to go? How is he supposed to do? Like, what is that? It's such a bad call. Less than 40 seconds left in the half. 2nd and 7 at the Kansas City 37. Carr looking for the end zone. Almost intercepted. Looking for Hollins. Watson, the DB of Kansas City, thinking that he should get it. There should be an offensive pass interference. 3rd and 7 from the Kansas City 37. They were going for the home run shot, but Hollins just kind of let up and let Watson get better position on him. But just a weird, not a great throw either. I mean, with where Hollins was running, you needed to get that inside. Carr and shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Snap is away. Going to hand it to Jacobs. Jacobs dances around, gets up to about the 32-yard line. And we'll see if Kansas City wants to call a timeout and leap some. They're not going to call a timeout. So the Raiders will be happy to just let this wind down to about 2 or 3 seconds, try and kick the field goal, and then go into halftime. Kansas City now calls a timeout with 13, but that's a dreadful call. That's a dreadful call against Kansas City. I am not a Kansas City fan by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I quite dislike them a lot. But dreadful call against Chris Jones. I mean, what is he supposed to do? He sacks, he hits him. What is he supposed to do? He needs to get the ball. Like, the ball comes loose. Are you going to say he can't go for it? Like, what are we talking about here? Man, the NFL, in this week, you had the Atlanta, Grady Jarrett sacking Tom Brady, and now you have this. The officials are going to hear about this. 4th and 2, 50-yard attempt. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's looking good. It's good for Carlson. More points, fantasy points for Geezer. A 50-yard attempt, and it's good. So the score, they actually change it. So there is some more time on the clock. There's 17 seconds left in the half. The Chiefs only have 1 timeout, but we saw in the AFC Championship game and the Kansas City fans. Oh my God! Someone needs a meme of that guy, that Kansas City fan. Oh my God, that was hilarious. Geezer, Carlson is coming through in the clutch for you. That Kansas City fan. Holy smokes. Tell me you guys saw that Kansas City fan with the suit, like the suit jacket, the Kansas City Chiefs suit jacket, and he's just giving him hell. That was great. That was awesome. So we're going to have the Raiders kicking it off. There's 17 seconds left. 17 seconds left in the half. Carlson kicks it away. And it's going to go through the back of the end zone. Can we get a kicker who does that, please? I'm so sick and tired of Robbie Gould and Mitch Wishnowsky letting the freaking guys return it. Unbelievable. I mean, if you're Kansas City, I mean, you're livid with that call. You're not happy about that call one bit. The Chiefs are going to try and get some points here. 17 seconds left. You have the ball at their own 25. Mahomes in shotgun. Quick pass out to McKinnon. McKinnon gets about 10. Oh, and there's a flag on the play. I think it was an attempted horse collar or maybe a face mask. But this could very well get the Chiefs right up near field goal range already. Face mask against the Raiders. So with the penalty, that is a face mask. I mean, it's a clear face mask. But that's going to get the Chiefs up to midfield, probably beyond midfield. They're at the Raiders 48. 12 seconds left. Heck, maybe they're thinking touchdown here are the Chiefs. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his right. Snap is away. Only a three-man rush. Mahomes throwing it. Oh, just a little too far for Travis Kelce. There was a Raider defender coming over, but just a little too far for Travis Kelce. That would have been a phenomenal play. But there's only 7 seconds left. So you basically have, whether you can get out of bounds or not, you have one play. Do you maybe have MVS just sprint for the end zone? You try a touchdown shot because you're a kicker. You can't really trust him. 7 seconds, but you can't stay in bounds too long. McKinnon, there's 4 seconds left. 3, they have 3 on the clock. Maybe they'll set it to 4, but I think now you have to really, I think you're going to try and kick the field goal now. So the Chiefs will try and answer and get 3 points of their own. This is going to be a long field goal. This is going to be about a 59-yard attempt for Matthew Wright. Earlier he was wide right. 59-yard attempt. I think the Chiefs are probably going to call a timeout here. Just so they can, the Chiefs call a timeout. Now the Raiders could also call a timeout if they really want to just, try and ice the kicker and give them a lot of time to think about it. Wow. Chris Jones, he must be gutted right now. Absolutely gutted right now. 59-yard attempt for Matthew Wright. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's on target. It's good. 59 yards. 59 yards. No longer Matthew wide right. He is just Matthew just right. Matthew just right. So it's a 10-point lead going into half right now. These frickin' things. Come on, numbers. Come on. Stay. 59 yards for Matthew just right. So that's going to give the Chiefs some momentum now heading in to halftime. Some solid momentum, and the Chiefs will get the ball to start the second half. So after all that, Damian Lee, we need a return specialist and a young kicker. I definitely agree with the return specialist. I don't trust Ray McCloud at all with the ball. I think he's a fumble waiting to happen. As for the young kicker, I mean, maybe that kind of kicker we need. Yeah, I don't totally disagree with you. I think that considering, Robbie Gould's performance in the playoffs and how good Gould, I don't think he's missed a field goal in the playoffs, has he, Robbie Gould? I think the 49ers like the veteran kickers who've been in big situations, been there, done that. But all the talk now is going to be on this call right here. This call right here. I don't know. Chris Jones calling that roughing the passer. I just think that's such a bad call. It's such a bad call. There's nothing. What do you want the guy to do? What can the guy do in that situation? I don't know. I don't know what he can do. And I think that the league just has to be very, very clear, because the league is not clear on how they want defenders to handle basically sacking quarterbacks. I think that you can tell when there's something egregious about it. When you see a defender who really slams the quarterback to the ground, and you can kind of tell. Whereas there was no malice in it. There was no I'm trying to hurt this guy. But you can usually tell straight away when there's the guy is doing something extra, and there was definitely none of that when it came to the Chris Jones sack on Derek Carr. Now they're going through the highlights. Chris Berman. Boom. Whoop. Chris Berman. So the Packers lose. The Packers lose to the New York Giants, folks. How about the New York Giants? 4-1. Great to see the Rams lose. That was awesome. Good to see the Rams lose. Good to see the Cardinals lose. Good to see the Seahawks lose. Man, what Buffalo did to Pittsburgh. Whew. There's definitely some teams that are really starting to separate themselves. I think you have to have Buffalo, Philadelphia. The Vikings are pretty good, but the Vikings are a good team. Kansas City is a good team, but we'll see how this one plays out. There's a 0.22% chance this game ends in a scoregami. Good for the Jets as well. Good for rookie Bailey Zappi for the Patriots. Coming out there and beating the Detroit Lions. And those Patriot uniforms are so much nicer. They really should go to those full time. Now they're going to show, it's the Buccaneers-Falcons highlight. They're not going to show the controversial sack. Now they're showing the Niners-Panthers, and it's showing the Emmanuel Mosley interception returned. But unfortunately, Mosley done for the year. Such a bummer. Some wacky games. The Chargers beating the Browns by 2. Now they're showing the Commanders and the Titans. The Titans with the big interception off of Carson Wentz to go 3-2 on the season. You picked the Giants to beat the Packers? That's a good call. The Saints beating the Seahawks. That's a great win for the Saints. Dameon Pierce with the Texans. The Texans get their first win. It's the first win for Lovie Smith as the official head coach of the Houston Texans. The Masked Clansmen. That name. The Giants have the breaks going their way. Yeah, I mean, look, they're 4-1. Let's take a look at the Giants' upcoming schedule. So, Week 6, the New York Giants are hosting the Baltimore Ravens. That's a tough game right there. Very, very tough game. Then the New York Giants. Where are they? At Jacksonville. Not an easy game. Jacksonville are, they're playing hard, so. But then again, Jacksonville did just lose to the Houston Texans, so. But the first Texans win since they beat Jacksonville. Yeah, the Texans. I have so I'm in a dynasty fantasy league, and with my first pick, I had the first overall pick because my team stunk last season. But I took Dameon Pierce, and he's had some really good games so far. He's had some really good games. A lot of people are saying take Breece Hall, and Breece Hall has been very good too. But I took Dameon Pierce, and so far, pretty happy with the decision. But the Giants, 4-1 on the year. Tua Tagovailoa. What's going to happen with him? What will happen with Tua? Man, I mean, I could expect Tua to be back in a couple of weeks. I could expect him to be out for the season. Who knows? So some updates, though, with the 49ers. So we know Mosley is out for the year. Nick Bosa and Robbie Gould are considered day-to-day. If I'm not mistaken, the 49ers are bringing in kickers. They're going to be in West Virginia. The Niners are staying on the East Coast as they normally do whenever they travel out East Coast, and they have back-to-back games on the East Coast. And that's actually something that the Niners and the West Coast teams, they have always requested that whenever they go the East Coast, if at all possible, have 2 games on the East Coast. That way they can stay out there and they don't have to go back and forth. But they're going to bring in some kickers just in case Robbie Gould is not going to be good to go for the game against Atlanta. I will be pretty curious to see whether Nick Bosa plays on Sunday, though. Nick Bosa, Jason Verrett. I think we'll see a little bit of Verrett, assuming if he's good to go. I think we'll see a little bit of Verrett. That way he can get up to speed, game speed, and he'll be hopefully ready to go then for the game after, which is at home against these Kansas City Chiefs. $12 people in here, guys. If you haven't already, feel free to drop a like on the stream. We are at 16 likes. Hell yeah. Let's go. Every single one of you. Thank you. Now here's the challenge. Can we get to 20? We just need 4 likes to get to 20. And if anyone in here hasn't subscribe to the channel. There's big things coming this season. Streaming all the 49er games. Going to be streaming some of the other primetime games. Lots of 49er content coming your way. Also to throw it out there. So I do 2 shows a week. One with, it's a friend of mine, Niner Sickness Podcast. So we do once a week, we do a podcast talking about the 49ers. That's usually recorded, and it's going to be recorded tomorrow on Tuesday, typically uploaded on Wednesday. Then Thursday afternoons, I do a show with 49ers Ultimate Report. Our podcast, we call it the Candlestick Point Report. Check that out every Thursday. In addition, of course, I do my own videos, and then I do the streams on Sunday. Very excited for the stream this coming Sunday. The 49ers visiting the beautiful stadium, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. I think it's called Mercedes-Benz Stadium, is it? Let's see. Mercedes-Benz Stadium, that is correct. 12 people in here. How are we doing tonight? Yeah, Geezer, you're so far it's been Devontae Adams has had a big touchdown catch. He's had a couple of other receptions. Carlson has done very well for you. Edwards-Helaire's done nothing. So had a touchdown, got called back. It's only a short pickup. But you have the whole other half of football. So still a lot of positive things that could happen in the second half for the fantasy team. But yeah, Carlson with the extra points and then the 250-plus yard field goals certainly helping you out there. Now, my one thing with fantasy is I really don't like – I prefer the fantasy leagues where there's no kickers because it's just so random. Besides for Justin Tucker because he's just so good. But beyond that, it's very random. But the Raiders, look, we know that the Chiefs can always come back. Good thing Hunter Renfrow, only 2 points right now. He's been kept in check. The danger, yes. No, and I don't doubt that for a second. You're right about that, Masked. You are right about that. Simply, this Falcons team is not bad. They're 2-3. They're playing a lot better than I think people would have thought. And they have a lot of fight in them against Tampa Bay. They really should have had a chance to tie or win the game. Because I think the final score was, 21-15, if I'm not mistaken, in that game? 21-15. And we know that Brady, when Brady got sacked then by Grady Jarrett, which was in no way, shape, or form a roughing the passer, that the Falcons would have had the ball back with a chance to win the game. So I'm not taking the Falcons lightly by any means. I think that the 49ers, however, they know that. So after the Falcons, we play the Kansas City Chiefs at home, and then we travel down to LA to play the Rams, a big division game. So I think what the 49ers are going to try and do is some of the players who were banged up, I think we're just going to try and sneak a win in Atlanta. Try and get a win in Atlanta. Come back home 4-2. You have back-to-back big games, and then you have the bye week. Chiefs 1st and 10 at their own 25. The kickoff is away. Mahomes throwing it out. It's going to be caught by MVS, who just wasn't never touched down. And this Raiders defense is just so undisciplined with their tackling. It's hard to watch. I mean, maybe I'm just really blessed watching great defense week in and week out with the 49ers, but the Raiders, what are they doing? 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. They get about 12 yards on that. Mahomes threw it to MVS. No one touches him when he's on the ground. He just runs and picks up a first down. So it's 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. There is something's going on. I don't know. There's a timeout on the field. The helmet, I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, I see. So he was touched when he was... Okay. Okay. So now it's actually going to be 2nd and 2. So the Raiders did touch MVS when he was on the ground. So 2nd and 2 for the Chiefs at their own 33-yard line. Mahomes and shotgun back to his right. Snap is away. Hands it to Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Gets about 2 yards. It is enough for the first down. So first down, Kansas City. Stu Naylor, how are we doing, buddy? Thank you for stopping by on this Monday night. I was just going to be watching the game, didn't have a whole lot going on, so I figured, why not get a little stream going? Thank you for stopping by, though. Appreciate any and all support. 1st and 10, Kansas City, just beyond their own 35. Mahomes in shotgun. Edwards-Helaire to his left. Snap is away, looking to throw. Dumps it off to Edwards-Helaire, makes a nice catch and gets maybe up to a first down. I think they're going to call it, it's going to be, if it's not a first down, it's going to be pretty darn close. But a pickup, yeah, they're going to call it a first down, so a pickup of about 10. So Edwards-Helaire just basically goes out wide. Mahomes hits him perfectly, just in stride. Runs forward and gets about 10 yards. Trying to get Edwards-Helaire involved. Now the Chiefs are up to just beyond their own 45-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun. Snap is away. They're going to hand it off to Edwards-Helaire. He's got decent blocking. Gets about maybe just 2.5 yards on first down. And there you go, geezer. You got the lead. Another 2 yards there for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. 2-yard pickup right there. 2nd and 8. They're at their own 47, maybe 48-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun, as he is almost every single snap. Smith-Schuster in motion. They see that it is man coverage. Snap is away. Quick play. Looking for Edwards-Helaire, and it hit Edwards-Helaire in the helmet. Edwards-Helaire not expecting the pass that quickly. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 8. The Raiders bringing a blitz. And Edwards-Helaire going to look around. It just hits him in the helmet. Edwards-Helaire couldn't see the ball and then boop, right in the back of the head. So that makes it 3rd and 8. Can the Raiders get a big stop here? 12:38 left in the third quarter. It's going to reveal man coverage. Mecole Hardman in motion. Snap is away. Mahomes throws it. It's going to be caught. Caught by MVS. Gets a big-time pickup. Pickup of about 20 yards inside the Raiders' 30-yard line. Mahomes had some time in the pocket, then rolls out to his right. MVS with number 39 in coverage. Just not fast enough. You can't keep up with him with MVS. MVS on those crossing routes is just so lethal, because he's got that electric speed, and he's a big dude as well, so it's hard to really slow him down. So Chiefs moving the football down to the Raiders' 29-yard line. 1st and 10. Snap is away. They are going to hand it to McKinnon. McKinnon gets about 4 yards. Nice tackle by number 5 right there, Divine Diablo. One of the best names in the NFL. Less than 12 minutes left in the third quarter. It's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs. They are moving the ball. If you're the Raiders, you just got to try and hold them to 3. Got to try and hold them to 3 so you keep that touchdown lead. Mahomes in shotgun. Smith-Schuster in motion. It's going to reveal man coverage. Snap is away. Looking for it all. Almost, it's going to be looking for the end zone for Mecole Hardman. I think it's going to be pass interference, or else it's going to be at least illegal contact maybe. It's going to be loaded. They're going to call it pass interference. 1st down and 10. Oh, it's illegal contact. So it's illegal contact, so a 5-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's going to move them right up to about the 20-yard line. Good blocking. Good blocking there. No Max Crosby on the field for that play. Oh, it was actually not even on the... It was against Travis Kelce. So 1st and 10. They're going to hand it to Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire is going to get maybe 2 yards, 1.5 yards on 1st down. Max Crosby coming back into the game. They need him out there. 2nd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders desperately trying to hold them to 3 points. At this point, that would be considered a major win for the Raiders right now. Raiders up by 10. Chiefs at the 19-yard line of the Las Vegas Raiders. Mahomes in shotgun. Snap is away. Looking for great catch by Juju Smith-Schuster. That's going to be 1st and goal down to the 6-yard line. Mahomes kind of lobbed it, just like a real arcing pass on it. Juju Smith-Schuster really just uses his body to shield it so he can get an easy catch. Not bad coverage by the Raiders, number 21, Robertson. But now it's 1st and goal for the Chiefs, and they have a lot of different things they can do here. At about the 5-yard line of the Vegas Raiders, Chiefs are moving. They're going to do a little shovel pass to Kelce. They fake the handoff to Mecole Hardman. Shovel pass to Kelce gets 1 yard. So that's going to be 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. The Vegas Raiders desperately need a stand here. This drive has been 10 plays, 71 yards, over 5 minutes. Can the Raiders get a stop here? Mahomes in shotgun, McKinnon to his right. It's going to reveal man coverage with the man in motion. And it's going to be incomplete. Looking for is that Smith-Schuster in the backfield. I really don't like the way they had Max Crosby basically going to bump Travis Kelce. I mean, it just pushes him so far away from being able to rush the passer. I just thought that was I didn't like that. Max Crosby is your best pass rusher. Let him do his thing that he does best. So it's 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line of the Vegas Raiders. 9:30 left in the 3rd quarter. Mahomes in shotgun, back to his left. Kelce in motion. Again, the Raiders are playing man coverage down here. Snap is away. Quick pass to Kelce. Touchdown! Travis Kelce, his 2nd touchdown of the game. Touchdown Kansas City. And there's that same Kansas City fan who was screaming at the refs earlier. Now he's screaming for joy because the Chiefs just scored a touchdown. Snap is away. Catches it, and just a really nice play. Great catch. Great move right there by Travis Kelce. Shields the ball, just walks into the end zone. And all of a sudden, we said it. The kick is up, and it's all, it doinks and it goes in. Off the upright, it goes in. 20-17. 20-17 now. But it hit off the upright and it went in. Unbelievable. Initially, nothing was going the Chiefs' way. Now everything is going the Chiefs' way. But you're right, Geezer. It was a 17-0 lead. Now it's 20-17. These Chiefs, I'm telling you, they can just go on scoring drive. 17 likes, and we have 683 subscribers. Thank you very much to the latest subscriber. Getting close to those 20 likes. Can we do it? Can we get to those 20 likes? Thank you to the new subscriber as well. But just like that, and that's where it's really and that's what the Chiefs do. The Chiefs, they score those 3 points before halftime. They come out of the half, put up a touchdown. Bam. 10 points. And the Raiders, the last time the Raiders had the ball, the score was 20-7, if I'm not mistaken. And then Chiefs get the field goal. Then they get the ball at halftime, score a touchdown. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-point game. But if you're the Raiders, you just can't panic. When it comes to offense, keep doing your thing. Whatever you've been doing, it's clearly working. Modern Warfare 2 coming out in a few weeks. But yeah, if you're the Raiders, I think you have to keep running the football with Josh Jacobs. Try and get Devontae Adams in those one-on-one matchups. Maybe Darren Waller can come back and play. But they just have to not panic. Because here's the thing. If the Raiders can If the Raiders themselves can go down and score a touchdown, 10-point game. Oh, I forgot to update the quarter. Quarter in the meter. So we are in the third quarter. There's about, let me see. There is 9:25 left in the third quarter. Matthew Wright is going to kick it away. It's going to be a touchback. Raiders will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. The big play that they're showing, they're talking about. The awful call against Chris Jones that should have been a sack fumble somehow gets called a roughing the passer, which is just crazy to me. Nice 10-minute drive, nice 25-minute drive here for the Raiders. So it's 1st and 10. Carr in shotgun. Jacobs to his right. Fullback's way out left. Gonna pass it to Jacobs. Nice catch. There is a flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be against the Raiders. Possibly, yep. Derek Carr is not happy. I think that Hollins, yes, I think it was Hollins of the Raiders. Man, Mac Hollins, what is he thinking? I mean, I don't know about that. But that makes it 1st and 20. The Raiders trying to respond to the Kansas City touchdown, and that's the worst way that you can do it, is with a 10-yard penalty that pushes you back 1st and 20. Carr in shotgun. Play clock winding down. You got to hurry. Snap is, it's going to be I think the play is dead, and it's going to be a flag on the play unless they got a timeout in. And it's a delay of game. Hollins is horrible tonight. Yeah, I don't know why he's out there. Get Keelan Cole. Get someone else out there. Get more Hunter Renfrow. Darren Waller. After 6 snaps, hamstring. He gets paid big money, and then he's not even out there. 1st and 25 now for the Raiders. Oof, this is not good. This is not good. Carr in shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Snap is away. Carr's going to dump it off right here to number 80. Going to get about maybe 6 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 19 for the Raiders. And we'll see what the Raiders can do, because they really, really need to get some, they need to get some decent yards here. When it's 2nd and 20, you're thinking like you want to pick up minimum 10 here, minimum 10 yards. So at least your 3rd down, you have a shot. 2nd and 20, Carr is going to be in shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Snap is away. Good blocking, good protection. Carr's going to roll out, flips it out, looking for I don't know who. It's going to be 3rd and 20. The receivers, obviously, just nobody could get open. They're going to maybe decide whether this was a intentional grounding, because I don't know. I don't know if he got the ball past the line of scrimmage or if he necessarily got out of the pocket. Are they going to say that maybe Josh Jacobs was in the area? There looks like Derek Carr is not happy, and it's going to be intentional grounding. Wow. Intentional grounding. So you lose yards and you also lose the down. I thought that maybe he would have got out of the pocket, no? I mean, he's definitely out of the pocket, and the ball, I think it goes beyond the line of scrimmage. the ball doesn't get beyond the line of scrimmage. That's what the rule was as well, because you have to get outside the pocket and also the ball has to be beyond the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 27. On just this one drive, the Raiders have 3 penalties. They're just going to hand it off to the running back, who gets about maybe 5 yards. So 3rd and 22, or 4th and 22, excuse me. And you have to think that even though the Raiders are winning the game, just all of the momentum, you feel like it's just inevitable that Kansas City, when they get the ball back now, they're just going to score a touchdown. Doesn't it feel? Does anyone feel that way? I don't see any way that the Raiders. Oh, maybe you're running into the kicker, roughing the kicker potentially. The Chiefs will have the ball at their own 34-yard line. I think that there is a flag on the play. If this is roughing the kicker, then the Raiders will get a first down. Or did they pick it? They picked up the flag, was it? No foul on the play. Chiefs with excellent field position. I thought that the kicker, though, I thought the punter got hit pretty hard, no? Yeah, you're right about that, too. Yeah, thank you, Geezer, for tagging me for the least angry Chiefs fan. Horrible. And they're saying horrible. You're horrible. That's great. Yeah, the Raiders have just completely fallen apart here. That drive alone, you have 3 penalties. The first one against Matt Collins was a little, but maybe and of course the NFL will never say that they actually do this, but maybe it was like a makeup call for that awful roughing the passer. But then right after you get the delay of game, and then you get the intentional grounding. Just absolutely awful. And that's coming out of the half. You're thinking we have time to reconvene. We can go over we can come up with a plan for the next drive. And you come out with that. Just absolutely garbage. Just absolutely awful. For the LA Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. Wow. The momentum has well and truly swung all the way to Kansas City's favor. Man, if the Raiders could ever get a turnover, now is the time. Now is the time that they need something. Because the last, in terms of game time, the last 9 minutes of the game have just been not kind to the Raiders. They've given up, 10 points, awful drive. I'm sure the defense is gassed. 1st and 10, Mahomes. Gonna hand it to Edwards-Helaire, who's gonna get about 2 yards on first down. Rocky Ya-Sin and Divine Diablo. If there's one thing about the Raiders that you have to give them is that the names of their players are just great. Just to say Rocky Ya-Sin and Divine Diablo on the tackle. They never should have changed coaches. The Raiders, I thought, Bisaccia was doing okay there. Snap is away. Mahomes throwing it deep. It's going to be incomplete. He was looking for MVS. Now, if the Raiders here, if they can get a big stop here on 3rd down, Mahomes-led offenses have averaged 37.4 points against the Raiders in his career. 3rd and 8. Raiders need a big play here. You're looking at your superstars, Chandler Jones, Max Crosby, need to make a play. It's going to be man coverage. Snap is away. The great protection. Mahomes has got all the time in the world. It's going to be caught. Mecole Hardman breaks a tackle, gets down to the Raiders' 25-yard line. And yeah, the game was going so well for the Raiders, but now just the Chiefs have completely taken over. Christian, how we doing? The game is going. It was going great for the Raiders. They were up 17-0. Then they made it 20-7, and ever since that field goal, it's been all Kansas City. And Kansas City's knocking on the door. They're well within field goal range at the Raiders' 27-yard line. Mahomes is going to keep it himself and gets about 9 yards. Mahomes running was going to possibly throw it to his left, but just ends up keeping it. And the Chiefs are well and truly, I mean, even though they're still losing in the scoreboard, but man, they just look like this game is well within control. If the Raiders can ever get a stand, it's right now, but they just can't get any pressure on Mahomes. In the first quarter, they were getting consistent pressure. Now, just nothing. Snap is away. They're going to hand it to McKinnon. McKinnon's going to get the first down. McKinnon gets the first down, not just about maybe a yard or two on the play. So it's 1st and 10. They're in the red zone. Carr is not playing that bad, Christian. Honestly, Carr has been playing pretty well, but they went up 20-7, and there was about maybe 20 seconds left in the half. The Chiefs doing Chiefs things, well, the Raiders also doing Raider things. The Chiefs managed to get into field goal range, make it 20-10. The Chiefs get the ball to start the second half. They score a touchdown. The Raiders driving, their one and only drive so far in the second half was a mess. Throwing it to Juju Smith-Schuster, gets down to the Raiders' 3-yard line. Mahomes hits, but there is a flag on the play. The vast majority of the flags have gone against the Raiders, however, and it's against the Raiders at the flag at the end of the play. Is that maybe personal foul, horse collar tackle? The Raiders are just, and I've seen this happen with the 49ers. We kind of saw this in the 49ers game against the Bears. This really undisciplined and just can't seem to get a stop. The Chiefs have done a great job in adjusting, but the Raiders have just completely imploded. The Raiders' defense has just gone, oh, Mahomes kind of trips, and he's going to get sacked by number 52. So that takes him, it's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12-yard line. They'd better not call a flag on this. So I can't remember, I couldn't see who that was, but Mahomes taking the snap, his foot gets caught on the offensive lineman's, falls down, ends up losing a bunch of yards. Pair him in there. Max Crosby also helps finishing it up. So it's at the 8-yard line? I thought he lost more than that. 2nd and goal. Mahomes looking, running out of time. Going to throw it to Kelce. Kelce's breaking tackles. Touchdown. Kansas City. Travis Kelce could not be brought down. It's his 3rd touchdown of the game. Travis Kelce would not be denied. And damn. The Raiders have just self-imploded. They've just imploded. There's a flag on the play. The Raiders just completely undisciplined. They're not disciplined at all. Possibly and that's maybe illegal contact by the Raider pairman, and they just can't make a damn tackle. I think that's probably going to be against the Raiders. Personal foul against, oh god damn. These Raiders, come on now, guys. You can't freaking do anything. I know the Niners get penalized a lot, but the Raiders, now have 10 there should be 10 penalties. Psh, they are just trash. 10 penalties on the Raiders tonight. I mean, if the Raiders had any chance of winning this game, they needed to not do what they're doing right now and killing themselves with penalties. The kick is up and it's good. It sneaks it in. So it's 24-20. 3 touchdowns for Travis Kelce. And man, we all know that, like, I mean, everyone knows that Travis Kelce is going to get the ball. And the difference really is Mahomes. I just don't know why the Niners can never do any of this stuff with Kittle. Like, it's been so long since they've been able to do anything with Kittle like this. Unbelievable. But yeah. The other guy is Kelce. Yeah, he's got them one. He's must have got at least. I mean, Kelce doesn't have the most yards tonight, but I mean, he's still probably in any kind of standard fantasy scoring. He's probably got what, like 25 points? Just Kelce alone. But yeah, you know, it's just the Raiders just so here and here's how the last, like, of game time, the last, let's see, basically you could almost exactly say the last 12 minutes in game time. The Raiders kick a field goal. They go up 20-7 with 20 seconds left in the half. The Chiefs march down with actually the assistance of a penalty. One of the Raiders, it was a face mask on a Raider defender. And then the Chiefs get into field goal range. They kick the field goal, and it's 20-10. Then out of the half, the Chiefs get the ball to start the second half. They march down, score a touchdown, 20-17. When the Raiders drive, it was awful. So the first play, it was offensive pass interference. So they lose 10 yards there. Before they even get the next play off, it's a delay of game. So suddenly it's 1st and 25. They can't do anything there. Carr gets called for a intentional grounding as well. And all of a sudden, it's just like the game, even though it's only a 4-point game, you went from being up 13 to down 4, and it seems like it's over. Yeah, the Niners, I mean, we looked great yesterday. I mean, the defense in particular, but the offense didn't look bad either. So that was really awesome to see. Kansas City kicking it off. High kick. The Raiders will have to return it at the goal line. They only get up, well, they actually get up to only about the 15 or 16 yard line. Kind of almost like a pooch kick. Like the Chiefs kicker got a ton of air under it, and it landed perfectly, so the Raiders had to take it out. Just a nice, I mean, yeah, Kelce just been unstoppable. Kelce had 1 TD in the last 6 games against the Raiders. Now he has 3. But yeah, the Raiders have just completely self-destructed. I mean, the game, it's not over. The Raiders just need to get back. The Raiders they need to run the football, control the clock. You got to give your defense a break. Carr looking to throws it to number 80 and gets maybe a first down or close to it. Pickup of about 9 yards, going to be 2nd and short to Norstead, I think that is. Darren Waller on the sidelines, not helping out his team. He got hurt. It's a hamstring. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 now for the Raiders. The Raiders playing a lot of 6 offensive linemen tonight. Snap is away up the middle. Jacobs will get about 2 yards, so they do get the first down. So they're up to about their own 26-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Raiders. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Carr now behind center. They might have that one-on-one matchup. They're going to hand it off to Jacobs. Jacobs running up the middle, breaking tackles. Jacobs up to the 40-yard line. And Jacobs has been running incredibly well tonight. Excellent blocking, too. The Raiders, again, going with a lot of 6 offensive linemen. They only actually have 1 tight end active now because Waller got hurt. But Jacobs picks up about 13 or 14 yards. He's almost 100 yards on only 16 carries. Carr behind center. Strong formation, especially when you consider that extra offensive lineman. Snap is away. They're going to hand it off to Jacobs. Running big play. Jacobs into Kansas City territory. Down to the 30, down to the 20, inside the 25. Josh Jacobs down to the Kansas City 22-yard line. And Jacobs is just running all over Kansas City. Wow, what a run. Gets a huge gain right there. Josh Jacobs running hard. And this is what the Raiders needed. They needed to respond. You give our defense a break, a rest, give them some confidence that the offense can score. It's 1st and 10 at the Chiefs' 22. Oh, and then they just go ahead and they lose about 13 yards on first down. I spoke too soon. That's a sack. They lost about 13 yards. Oh, Beto, I just saw your text a moment ago. They go ahead and they lose about 13 yards. So they're back at the 30. I mean, they're still in field goal range, and it's only 2nd down. It's going to be the 4th quarter coming up. We got 15 people in here. Guys, do drop a like on the stream. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But what was that play call? I mean, we've seen that a lot. I mean, we've seen that happen before with Garoppolo, where you fake the handoff, the defense just reads it from a mile away, and then bam, sack. But that's just what happened right there. That is exactly what just happened. The Chiefs were ready for the play call. They figured that the Raiders wouldn't, they just made the right read. And the Raiders paid for it. 2nd and 21 now at the Kansas City 33-yard line. Yikes. And Davante Adams, only 2 catches tonight. He did have a big touchdown reception, but, I mean, a guy like Davante Adams, you just got to get him the ball more. You think about what he was doing in Green Bay. But the Raiders really need some positive momentum here. They need a big play on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 21. We'll see what they have. I mean, Josh McDaniels, we'll see what he can dial up. I mean, he's had the entire change between the quarter to think about it and come up with a couple of plays here to try and get this 1st down, because they really do need to give their defense a rest. The defense is reeling, so they just need to have some time to reevaluate how to stop the Kansas City offense. So we shall see what happens. 14 people in here. Drop a like and subscribe. Guys, did you hear the 49ers brought in Deion? Hey, Beto, I would much rather have Deion Sanders at his age as opposed to frickin' Josh Norman ever again. Josh Norman or frickin' Drake Kirkpatrick, those guys are awful. The San Francisco, I've heard about this actually. I hope he's not a cheater. Yeah, Farhan Zaidi is now president of baseball operations, and they brought in Pete Patilla. The Giants rumored to be spending a lot of money in the offseason, the San Francisco Giants. Rumored to be in on a couple of players, so Aaron Judge being them. And the San Francisco Giants, they just have zero star power. That's the thing. There's no one that you want to go that you're like, I have to see this player. 2nd and 21. Carr behind center. Jacobs in the backfield. Calling an audible. Davante Adams down low. Renfrow and Hollins up top. They might run it just to try and get into better field goal range. They are looking to throw it. Good blitz pickup. They get it to the tight end, who's going to get about 3 yards. Yeah, Aaron Judge and Trey Turner. So it's going to be 3rd and about 18. 3rd and 17, they're going to call it. 3rd and 17 for the Raiders. Man, I think you just have to try and... I think right here, I'm expecting a screen pass to Jacobs. This is well within Carlson's range, so you might try and take a shot here to the end zone. Maybe to Davante. Derek Carr is going to be in the shotgun. Jacobs to his left. Davante moving in. It's definitely man coverage. Snap is away. Carr's got time. Looking for the end zone. It's going to be incomplete. Hollins almost comes down with it. Juan Thornhill right there too. It was incomplete, but that's what I was thinking. They'll either go with a short screen pass or go for it all. Hollins almost comes down with it. So does Thornhill. Wow. They were going to be fighting for that. Thornhill, incomplete. So we'll see. This is a 47-yard attempt to make it a 1-point game for Carlson. He's been good tonight. Snap is away. Kick is up. I think it's going to be good. I thought it was actually going to go wide. It's kind of hard with the camera angle sometimes. But it is good. So it's a 1-point game. But the Raiders have just not been able... The Raiders' defense has not been able to stop the Chiefs one bit. Yeah, that's like the one thing with baseball is that, it's all just about money. I do respect that the Dodgers were able to, they have homegrown talent, but when it's just like, oh, we'll just sign this player for like $300 million, we'll sign that guy. Really, what are the odds of other teams being able to realistically ever have a shot? You do have franchises like the Tampa Bay Rays who consistently do a good job of scouting and everything. And, I think they were in the wild card, the Tampa Bay Rays. But with baseball, it's hard to get beyond that, where it's seemingly, it's just you buy championships and it's like, ugh, I don't know. Hoping Ryan somehow stays with the Niners. Yeah, I really hope so. I really hope that DeMeco Ryans will ultimately end up staying with the 49ers. We saw last year, he went to one interview with Minnesota, and then he was like, you know what? I need more time, so he declined it because the Minnesota Vikings actually wanted a second interview with DeMeco. But DeMeco was like, no, I'm not ready this year. And the only real hope that the 49ers have is that basically, DeMeco maybe feels like he's not ready for a head coaching job. Which, to me, a head coach, it's understated, but a head coach is so different than being just a coordinator. There's plenty of great coordinators and bad head coaches. So, if DeMeco Ryans wants to be a head coach, he'll be a head coach. Whoops. And that's all I got to say about that. But yeah, if DeMeco Ryans wants a job, there'll be plenty of jobs. Every year there is. But, I really don't want Ryans to go. But, you see, especially now that, so far, Robert Saleh, obviously a very rough first year with the Jets, but the Jets now 3-2, and they're looking pretty good. And, I think that, teams are looking at the 49ers. They see Robert Saleh having some success. Mike McDaniel was having success, and then they're down to their third quarterback. So, and the Dolphins are just ravaged with injuries, so it's hard. But, so here we go. Can the Raiders defense make a stand? Mahomes 1st and 10 at his own 25 in shotgun. McKinnon to his left. Snap is away. Looking to throw. No pressure throwing it. It's going to be caught by MVS. Pickup of about 16 yards. MVS. Someone who I was thinking the Niners might target, which would have gone pretty well with the guy like Trey Lance's arm, but oh well. 1st and 10 up to their own 41-yard line on the last 4 drives. Kansas City, touchdown, field goal, touchdown. Snap is away. They are going to hand it off to McKinnon, who's going to break some tackles, gets a good gain on 1st down, about 7 yards. Nice blocking, too. Jumps through just the space created right there, and 7-yard pickup. They're almost at midfield already. Raiders defense just looks lost out there. They just don't know what to do. Nice run by McKinnon. Couldn't do that with the 49ers. 2nd and 3, Mahomes in shotgun. McKinnon to his right. They are going to hand it off. McKinnon's going to try and bust outside. He's going to lose about 2 yards, though. Maybe 3. Max Crosby. Really nice play by Max Crosby on the outside. Max Crosby's had a really good game, but he just has no help. Chandler Jones in the first quarter was dominating, but hasn't done anything since. Max Crosby, 2 sacks, a few, about 2-3 tackles for loss. Impressive. So that's going to make a 3rd down and about 5. Loss of 2 on the play. Chiefs have converted their last 5 first downs. Snap is away. It's going to be a dead play because McKinnon, false start. That's going to knock him back another 5 yards. It's going to make it 3rd and 10 now. Jerick McKinnon, false start. They haven't been relevant in 26 years. The Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? They, no good. 3rd and 10 for the Chiefs. The Raiders need a stop in the worst way. Chiefs, 3 receivers up top. McKinnon in the backfield. Kelsey's going to move down, reveal man coverage. Only a 3-man rush, so there's a flag on the play too. Throws it. It's going to be caught to Kelsey, 1st down. But it depends on the flag, and it looks like it's going to be against the Raiders. And Kelsey got just enough. What is the flag here? They're saying 3rd down. What's the call? Illegal motion. It's against the Chiefs. It's against Travis Kelsey. Mahomes was motioning as if it was incredibly obvious. Oh, that's, yeah. It was like a false start, an illegal motion. I was getting gas at a Quick Trip. Now my 3rd and 15 for Mahomes. Only a 3-man rush. There's a flag on the play. Throwing it deep. It's caught by Mecole Hardman, but there is a flag on the play. Another flag. We'll see what it is. Mecole Hardman's limping now, and he's not able to he's going straight to the sideline. Mecole Hardman in a lot of pain, going straight to the sideline. It looks like a potential knee injury for Mecole Hardman. We'll see what the flag is, though. It's against the defense. So it's a huge pickup for the Chiefs on 3rd and 15. And the Raiders with their what are they doing? Unbelievable. Raiders are blowing it. They're all the way down to the Raider 28-yard line. Raiders have to try and hold them to 3. Mahomes is going to throw it out to Noah Gray. Makes a man miss. Gets about 7 yards. Noah Gray, I liked him coming out of college. I believe Noah Gray went to Kentucky, I think, or BYU, tight end. 2nd and 3 for the Kansas City Chiefs, all the way up to the Raider 21-yard line. The Raiders defense looks gassed. 0 pressure. I mean, the pressure's been so inconsistent. They're going to hand it off to Hardman, who's obviously okay, running fast. Gets a first down to the Raiders' 15-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. How many penalty yards do the Raiders have? Let's see. Let's take a look-see, shall we? And remember, they've actually had a number of them decline. 10 penalties for 94 yards. But they've also had a number, like that last one was declined. So they've probably had about 13 flags against them. 1st and 10, Kansas City at the 15-yard line. They're going to hand it off. He's going to lose about 4 yards. Chandler Jones right in there, but somehow Edwards-Helaire managed to get around it. But they're going to still lose about 4 yards, so it's going to be 2nd and 14. Back at the 19-yard line. Chandler Jones just getting right in there. Too fast. Really just messed up that play. We got less than 10 minutes left in the game. Mahomes in shotgun. Back to his left. Now the back is going to motion out wide. Man coverage. Throws it quick, and it's going to be dropped by MVS. MVS was wide open, would have had some space to run, but he drops it. So it's another big 3rd down here for the Raiders. The Raiders just gave up a 3rd and 15. Can they stop them on 3rd and 14? They have to get some pressure. Like, I know you want to drop guys into coverage, but, man, I think you maybe like a corner blitz here or something, but, Jesus, you got to do something. It looks like it's just going to be a 3-man rush. Snap is away. They end up bringing a delayed blitz. Mahomes is going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete. And it's going to be 4th and 14. So is that going to, and looks like, yeah, I mean, you can't go for the 4th and 14. So the Chiefs are going to bring out the field goal kicker. We got Matthew Wright coming out. He's been Matthew just right after earlier on being Matthew Wide right. A delayed blitz. And yeah, incomplete. So it's a 37-yard attempt. Snap is away. Kick is up. It's no good! He missed it! Oh my God! Matthew wide left. There's a flag on the play. He missed it. Wow. What is the call here? What's the call? And it's against the Raiders. And that's an automatic 1st down. How do you hold? How do you hold on that? Unbelievable. The Raiders. That guy's getting cut. Wait, what's the whole? Wow. That just changes the entire complexion of the game. The Raiders have no one to blame. And in typical Raider fashion, they're just going to basically... And McKinnon breaking tackles, gets about 1 yard on the play. But how could the Raiders do that? What are you doing? I know you're trying to get the field goal block, but even if they kick the field goal, there's still plenty of time. They still have plenty of time. Like, even if they score the field goal, it's a 4-point game. You have all your, you have most, I think you have 2 timeouts, 9 minutes. That was just stupid. 2nd and 9 for the Chiefs at the 12.5-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun, no one in the backfield. Raiders look like they might be bringing pressure. They do bring a delayed blitz. It's going to be caught by Juju Smith-Schuster. It's going to be an 8-yard pickup. So it's going to be 3rd and a long one. 7.5, 8-yard pickup, but 3rd and a long one. Ooh-wee. There's 8.5 minutes left in the game. Well, so it's 3rd and short. Man, the Raiders need a big play here. Well, they're actually going to call it 3rd and 2. What can the Raiders defense do? Mahomes in shotgun by himself. You got a bunch formation to his right. It's going to be a quick pass to Edwards-Helaire, who's going to get the first down. He's down to the 2-yard line. The Raiders looked like they maybe had a chance to get a stop. They looked like they could have brought him down. It was number 39. Couldn't make the tackle. And he gets into close to the 1-yard line, does Clyde Edwards-Helaire. There's about 7.5 minutes left in the game. 1st and goal. How big would a Raider turnover be? Oh, man, the Raiders are just so bad. Snap is away. They fake the handoff. Mahomes is going to throw it. Touchdown. The 4th touchdown of the game for Travis Kelce. The 4th touchdown. How could the Raiders do that to themselves? They are just so awful. And there's Raider fans just shaking their heads. They're like, you stopped the Chiefs. They missed the field goal, but there's a penalty. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Just awful. Awful. 4 touchdowns for Mahomes, 4 touchdowns for Travis Kelce. They're going to go for 2, which is a wise call here, because then you can make it a 2-possession game. Mahomes in shotgun, no one in the backfield. McKinnon's going to move over. Mahomes. It's batted down, actually, by Max Crosby. So the 2-point attempt is no good. So it's a 7-point game. So you're telling the Raiders that there's a chance. Wow. Unbelievable. But the Raiders, you stop them. But you get the holding call. Unbelievable. God, I hate the Chiefs so much. I hate the Chiefs so much. I mean, they definitely got hosed on that call that was against Chris Jones, but beyond that, come on, Raiders. Come on, Raiders. 36-23 is possible. That's the closest scoregami? We'll see. The Raiders have plenty of time. They have all their timeouts, so they can just stick with their regular offense, running the football. Josh Jacobs, 17 carries for 132 yards and a touchdown. So great game tonight for Jacobs. The Raiders just self-inflicted wounds. I mean, you're up in Kansas City. You can't do that. The Raiders, 11 penalties for 99 yards. And I think they had about maybe 3 that have been declined. So, I mean, and let's see, how much do the Chiefs have? The Chiefs, 5 penalties for 72 yards. So that's pretty significant in itself. I mean, they had a number of yeah, I don't mind the Chiefs. I didn't mind the Chiefs before 2019, but after that Super Bowl loss, Yeah. Mahomes is one of those guys who tends to get just those kind of calls go their way. He reminds me, like, he's a much better Russell Wilson where things just work out. I'm like, oh, God, I hate him. I mean, yeah, I'm a big Alex Smith fan. I can actually see I have my old Alex Smith jersey that I bought, let me see, it was about 16, almost 17 years ago. I have a Montana jersey too. But after that Super Bowl, I just hate him. He didn't dislike the Raiders that much more. Yeah, I mean, to me, like, for most of the time that I've been, I mean, if you think about it, like, for me, most of the time that I've been a football fan, the Raiders have just been largely irrelevant. I mean, you think about they went to the Super Bowl in 2002, but outside of that, I mean, they've been so irrelevant for, like, 40 years, But 1st and 10 at the 25, Carr and shotgun, looking to throw. Dumps it off to Josh Jacobs. Jacobs got some room. Jacobs up to the 35, up to about the 38-yard line. Nice play. Just a little screen pass, essentially, to Josh Jacobs. Gets about 13, 14 yards here. So if anyone here is Josh Jacobs in fantasy, he's doing really well for you tonight. Nice gain on first down, up to about the 38-yard line. 1st and 10 Raiders. Derek Carr is going to be behind center. Renfrow in motion. Zone coverage here for the Chiefs. I think they might hand it off here. No, looking to throw. Quick throw to nobody. Looking for maybe Adams. That's the second time tonight that Carr and Adams were not on the same page. And when you hear all off season long, oh, Davante Adams and Derek Carr and blah, blah, blah. And that's the second time now. I mean, Davante, I think, was ready. Davante thought it was going to be a run, it looked like, because he was just going to go make a block. I really don't dislike the Oakland teams when they were the Oakland Raiders, again, they were just so irrelevant. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Carr behind center. Strong formation. Looking to throw. Dumps it off to Josh Jacobs. Gets about 5, maybe 6 yards on second down. So it's a very manageable third down here. About 6.5 minutes left. The Seahawks, I hate so much. I hate the Cowboys. I hate the Packers. There's a lot of teams I hate. But the Raiders are not, they've just been so irrelevant that I nothing the Raiders, but I hate the Chiefs because of the Super Bowl. 3rd and 4 for the Raiders. You have to figure they're in 4-down territory. They're at their own 43-yard line. Snap is away. Carr looking to throw. Clutches it. Flips it out to 34. 34 is going to get a first down, Raiders. First down, Raiders. Let's go. See, I'm wearing like a little bit of a Raider color. The Descendants are one of my favorite bands, but I was like, oh, Raider coverage. Never like playing the Giants. Yeah, the Giants. Hey, Ashton, how you doing, buddy? Oh, thank you, Beto. Appreciate you, man, that you're listening to me. 1st and 10 Raiders up at their own 48-yard line. Carr behind center. 5:20 left in the game. Snap is away. Going to hand it off to Jacobs. Going to cut it outside. Cuts it back inside, but only gets a couple yards. Good tackle there by number 32 of the Chiefs. Whenever I see 32, I want to say Tyrann Mathieu, but I know it's not him. Cowboys, Seahawks, I hate. Yeah, the Giants, too. So many teams. So there's less than 5 minutes left in the game. You think that the Raiders might just want to say, hey, this might be the last drive of regulation. They're at the almost midfield, behind center. Snap is away. He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to run for it himself. He's going to only run for about 2 yards. Derek Carr really not wanting to put his body on the line at all. I mean, I feel like he probably could have got about 4 or 5, but decides he just wants to run out. So, interesting. The Seahawks have been in the AFC most of my life, so I never paid. Yeah, Damien, that's true, but the last like 12 years have made me hate the Seahawks so much. Really, ever since Pete Carroll. I didn't mind them that much when they had Mike Holmgren, but I really hated them with Pete Carroll. 3rd and 6 now for the Raiders. You're definitely in 4-down territory. Snap is away in shotgun. He's got time. He's throwing it deep. Going for it all for Devontae. It's a touchdown, Raiders! Touchdown, Raiders! Davante Adams. Holy moly. Touchdown, Raiders. 48-yard touchdown reception. Oh, my days. The second huge touchdown catch by Davante Adams. 2 guys on him. Davante saying, just throw it up. And it's a freaking touchdown catch. Holy smokes. Carr just threw it up. Wow, what a play. And the Raiders looking to tie it up with the extra point here. Are they going to go for 2, I think? I think the Raiders, why would you not just tie it up? You should tie it up. You should at least tie it up, no? What are they doing? I don't like this call. I think you kick. Snap is away. Jacobs, I think they're saying that he's short. So I don't think that he got it. I mean, I'm sure they'll take a look at it. Why would they do that? Why would they go for it before the snap, even if they call this a good touchdown? I think he's short. Hard to tell when his knee went down. They called us short on the field. This is a tough call. Derek Carr seems convinced that it is a good 2-point. I just don't know, why would you not just tie the game up? That's so silly. Why would you not tie it up though? I don't get it. Cuz even if you go ahead by 1 point, what do you that's, to me, that's a really stupid call, but you know. Yeah, the hit against made Steve Young started up Montana. Yeah. It was made Steve Young. Yeah, well, it was the Giants. So the Giants got hurt Montana, and Montana was out for a while, and then Montana came back a little bit and played, but then kind of the Niners thought that Montana was just done for, like he was old and breaking down. So, and I think somewhat rightfully so, they decided to go with Steve Young. I think rightfully so, because he was younger, and Steve Young was amazing. He's a Hall of Famer in his own right. But then it was against Arizona, Aeneas Williams, who ended the career of Steve Young. Steve Young had a bunch of concussions, and, I don't blame him for just being like, you know what, I'm done. It was a Monday night game against Arizona. Yeah, Damien. I believe it was Aeneas Williams, if I'm not mistaken. But great stop by the Chiefs. Love it, says Beto. I don't know. I just can't be happy about the Chiefs. I understand the Raiders too. There's a lot of history with the 49ers, being in the Bay Area as well. But again, it's the Raiders are so irrelevant to me. I'm trying to think, when was the last time that the 49ers and Raiders were both good at the same time? 2002? 2002, I think. Yeah, so it's going to stand as not a successful 2-point conversion. So the Raiders have to do something. You blew it. You blew it. You had it all and you blew it. So the kick is away by the Raiders. It's a short kick. And it's going to be taken up to about the 30-yard line by Kansas City. There's 4:21 left in the game. The Raiders elected to not tie the game. Now they're losing. His knee is down and he is short of the goal line. So, yeah, it was definitely just an awful call. I just didn't like the call from Jump Street. I just think you tied the game. Why not? Oof. So 4:21. Chiefs first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. Mahomes in shotgun. Snap is away. Quick pass out to Sky Moore, who's going to get some decent yards on first down. Gets about 7 yards on first down. Very quick pass to Sky Moore. Someone who was pretty highly touted, but he ended up dropping to like the 3rd round, I think. Gain of about 8, they're going to call it. They're going to call it 8. So there's less than 4 minutes left in the game. Josh McDaniels, could he be on the hot seat already? 2nd and 8. Mahomes in shotgun. Edwards-Helaire to his left. Kelsey in motion. I think it's zone coverage here. Snap is away. They're going to bring a blitz, but they actually just hand it off, and Edwards-Helaire is going to get a first down, fighting all the way up. You just got to tackle the guy. Up to the 46-yard, their own 46-yard line. By the time this next play runs, there's going to be less than 3 minutes left in the game, and somehow, some way, it seems like the Raiders are going to lose another close game. They were up 17-0, and they've been outscored 30-12 since. Not a good look. 1st and 10, 3 minutes left in the game. Mahomes in shotgun. Sky Moore in motion. Going to pass it out quick to Sky Moore again. Gets the ball in space. Just like the other play, gets about 8 yards on first down. 7 or 8 yards, so just getting really nice yardage on first down. They're going to be able to wind this down close to the 2-minute warning. If you're the Raiders, I think you see what happens on this play, and then you maybe consider, you just call a timeout now? Okay, I mean, alrighty. I mean, I think if you're the Raiders, you just have to get right up at the line of scrimmage. The Chiefs just do so many passes that's just right there, and they're looking for those sure things in the passing game that you just have to try and limit that. Yoda to Raiders. Much to learn. Learn a lot, you must. I can't do the Yoda voice. Great. The Raiders raidering. Yeah, it's really a typical Raider game. Just a ton of undisciplined football. Ton of penalties. We're talking 11 penalties for 99 yards accepted, and I think they had about 3 or 4 that were declined. They had them stopped, and they missed the Chiefs missed a field goal. If not for that, the Raiders right now would be up 29-27. But this is just the Raiders just let it get away from them. Not even really a case of if you're the Raiders, you had your chances and you blew it. You blew it. Raiders absolutely raidering though. I mean, they were just doing whatever they could to throw this game away. After things were looking so good for them. But that's just what happens with Kansas City. I told you, and I was like, well, I mean, I wasn't nothing groundbreaking or anything. I'm sure we all were thinking the same thing. But even when they were up 17-0, it's like, oh, Kansas City, they can put up 28, 30 points, And looks like they're going to. It's going to be 2nd and 3 now. There's 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. Of course, they still have the 2-minute warning. But, yeah, if the Chiefs here get a first down here, then it might just be game over. Or the Raiders might have a chance with like next to no time. But the Raiders defense hasn't done anything in like a long time. 2nd and 3. Mahomes is going to hand it off to Edwards-Helaire. Edwards-Helaire is going to get tackled. So you could probably call another timeout here. Yeah, so there's actually 2:38 on the clock right now. So it's 3rd and 3 now. This is a big, big play. Big play because if the Chiefs don't get it, do they just punt it? They can't really trust their defense after giving up multiple big touchdowns. And all the Raiders need is a field goal. And Carlson's looked pretty good kicking the ball tonight. I think they might be in 4-down territory. There's 2:40 left in the game. 2:40. This is a huge play for the game. Huge, huge play. Snap is away. He's going to throw it deep. Incomplete! It's incomplete! Now, what do the Chiefs do? 4th and 3. That actually saved... Wow, are they going to punt it? Mahomes is going off the field. Wow. That's the Raiders now have a timeout and the 2-minute warning. Ooh. Looking for Mecole Hardman. They are going to, I mean, the Raiders have to be careful for a punt here, or for a fake punt here. Snap is away. Kick is away. Fair catch. Keelan Cole at the 5-yard line. Oof. So this is the game, folks. Nick, what's up, bud? The Raiders. The Raiders going for the win. Derek Carr is tied with Matthew Stafford for the most game-winning comeback drives. They're at the 7-yard line. They have 2:29 left. They have the 2-minute warning, and they have a timeout. Chiefs kicker can throw, but yeah, they elected not to. We'll see what happens here. The Chiefs defense has been hit or miss. The Raiders have hit on a number of big plays. 10 seconds left in the play clock. Snap is away. They're going to hand it to Jacobs. Jacobs is running up to the 10, up to about the 15-yard line. So Jacobs gets about 8 yards on first down. Will the Raiders just let this wind down to the 2-minute warning? No, they're going to hurry up, which they probably should. There's 10 seconds. 2nd and 2. Snap is away. They're going to hand it to Jacobs. Jacobs running up the middle. Jacobs gets up to about the 23-yard line. Jacobs is down. He looks hurt. He's getting helped up, but I think Jacobs is going to have to go off the field. He looked a little shaken up right there. Wow. All they need to do is get into field goal range. The Raiders. So it's 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. So realistically, I mean, to give Carlson a shot, you probably want to get to the Kansas City 40. So you have 37 yards to go. With 37 yards, yeah, this is a big rivalry. But 37 yards to give Carlson a shot. And you do have a timeout. So you can still run the ball. And here's the thing with the Raiders, of course. You do not want to give Mahomes any time. But 37 yards is not that bad. I mean, they've already picked up 16 yards on this drive with a couple of runs. So what do is Josh Jacobs okay, number one? But what do they have dialed up? Don't trust field goals. Score touchdown. I mean, yeah, of course, ideally, but you know, the Chiefs are the Chiefs defense is not going to let that happen easily. I think the Raiders are just going to, pick their way down the field. Let the clock wind down. The Raiders. Just win, baby. After all the penalties, the stupid penalties by the Raiders tonight, they have a chance to win the game. If they can go 40 yards, they have 2 minutes and a timeout. So they really do have a lot of time. I mean, of course, they're going to go into like a relative hurry up, but they don't. It's not like they only have 30 seconds. Like, they have time. They don't have to force anything just yet, but this is a crazy way to finish Week 5 in the NFL. Both offenses playing well tonight. Oh, Nick, I'm not as good at the Chris Berman impression as you are, though. You're a lot better at it than I am. You don't kick the field goal with any more than 3 seconds on the clock. You're damn right. So, Carr in shotgun. Back to his left. It's not Josh Jacobs. At the 23. Snap is away. Carr looking. Throws. Caught by Hunter Renfrow. Pickup of 9 yards. So it's going to be 2nd and 1. The Raiders are going into a hurry-up offense. No Josh Jacobs out there. 1:40 left. They're at their own 31, 32-yard line. Snap is away. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it away. So that's going to be incomplete. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 from the 31, 32-yard line. Yeah, Raiders. Yeah, I meant to say Steve Young. Yeah. Yeah, Aeneas Williams for the Arizona Cardinals hit Steve Young and ended the career, unfortunately. Let's go, Raiders. Just for the chaos of it all. Just for the chaos. Could have been called holding against the Raiders, but it's 3rd and 1. They obviously are in 4-down territory. Will they? Jacobs is back in the game. Will they hand it off to him to try and pick up the first down? They do, and he gets the first down. Breaking tackles. Jacobs up to about the 37-yard line of the Raiders. There's about 1:20 left in the game. Clock is running. Kansas City. So the Raiders have 1 timeout. They're at their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10. They are now in shotgun. There's 1:10 left in the game. Snap is away. Carr not totally ready for it. Running to his right. Probably just has to throw it away. He does. It's going to be 2nd and 10. There's 1:01 left in the game. The Raiders are at their own 37-yard line. So they really have to go at least 20 to 25 yards if they want to give their kicker a chance. The Chiefs were bringing pressure on that. Josh Jacobs on the sideline, getting his cleats laced up. 20 people in here, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Here we go. Carr in shotgun. Snap is away. He's got time. He's going to throw it. Caught by Renfrow. Gets up. And it gets dragged down. Pickup of about 8 yards. They're up to their own 45-yard line. Less than a minute left. There's about 40. I think a timeout is called on the field. And that's going to be on the Raider timeout, possibly. We'll see. I would assume it was the Raiders. There's 51 seconds, so they changed the clock. There's 51 seconds. The Raiders did just use their last timeout. They really do have to go about. It's 3rd and 1, so number one, they have to pick up the first down. 51 seconds. They really need about 15 yards or so to give them a good, realistic shot here for a game-winning field goal. Davante Adams in motion. Zone coverage. Carr is going to throw it deep. Davante's wide open. Gets out of bounds. Are they going to say incomplete? They're going to say it was a catch. Davante catches it inside the 40-yard line. Davante wide open. And he catches it. Let's see if he gets both feet in bounds. Right foot. Ooh, I don't know if he did. Depends when they say when he caught it. Ooh, I think they're going to take a look at this upstairs. It's within the last 2 minutes. So, catches it. Right foot. The left foot did not get down in bounds. That's actually going to be incomplete. Because when he... Oh, wait, no, his left foot... It depends when they say he... Now, it was called a catch on the field. It depends when they say that he had possession of the ball. Because when his left foot was in bounds, right here, he didn't really have possession of it. I think this could very well be coming back. Because he catches it left foot, but he's bobbling it. I don't think that's a good catch. But they have to have clear, indisputable evidence. We'll see what they call it as. We'll see what they... I don't think it's a good catch, though. I don't think it's... Let's see what they... Because if it's incomplete, which I think is what it is, I think... Well, it's going to be 4th and 1 with 47 seconds left. Now, a lot of times, because it's taking a while, what this typically means is that... Actually, I don't know what this means. I mean, normally you would think that maybe they have to figure out time on the clock. Is it winding? But they don't have to do that because he went out of bounds. So it's going to be incomplete. Incomplete. Davante Adams had a chance. Davante Adams had a chance to come down with it. Could not get both feet in bounds. Incomplete. He did not. And that's disappointing for a guy of the caliber of Davante Adams. You got to come. That's 4th and 1. So as much as you have to think about, of course, time left on the clock, you have to get a first down. And they took a shot. And Davante couldn't come up with it in bounds. So it's 4th and 1. Are they going to quarterback sneak it maybe? It looks like they're in line for a quarterback sneak. They are not. It's a play action. Carr's going to throw it up. That's got to be a flag, I think. It's going to be incomplete. But is there a flag on the play? It looked like a Raider got taken. And there's no flag on the play. Looked like there was like 1 or 2 Raiders on the ground. What in the world happened? Oh, the Raider players collided with each other. Hunter Renfrow and Davante Adams collided with one another. They took each other out. And Davante Adams is not happy. That's going to end the game. That's going to end the game. The game is over. Back-to-back awful plays for Davante Adams. He doesn't come up with the catch in bounds. Not only that, and I don't know who you blame on that last one, but Hunter Renfrow runs right into Davante Adams. The Raiders now 1-4 on the season. Kansas City 4-1. The Raiders lose. And if only they'd kick the extra point after the last touchdown. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. Awful. The Raiders just doing Raider things. I was rooting for them. Just crazy. Crazy play at the end there. The Raiders were moving the ball and then they can't come up with it. They should have went for the extra point. Yeah, I agree. Before they snapped it for the 2-point conversion, Hunter Renfrow, yet again, at the end of the game just completely screws the team over by he runs right into Davante Adams and they take each other out. Wow, and they're interviewing Pat Mahomes. There we go. What a way to lose a game. Teammates taking each other out on the play. Yeah, clearly there was something not, they were not obviously on the same page, that Renfro runs left and just, bam, takes out Adams, and you could see it. Adams kind of like, he's bracing for impact, but just an awful way to end the game. If you're a Raider fan, you must be kicking yourself. I'm going to go and on YouTube check out some Raider YouTube channels and just see them venting and whatnot. It's a sick pleasure. Bummer. I was rooting for him. I hate the Chiefs with a passion. But somehow Mahomes just gets another win. No religion. Thank you. I'll be doing the 49ers game at the Atlanta Falcons. It's going to be Sunday morning. It's going to be Pacific time. It's going to be raid. Should I raid someone? Who wants to do a raid? Let's see. Raiders. There's a Raiders report by ChatSport. They got 8,000 people watching, so they won't even notice a raid by me, unfortunately. You found someone? You can't link. What's the channel called? What's the channel called? Wow. I got the Las Vegas Raiders rundown with Wi-Fi Willie. No, they probably won't. Let's do a raid of SF. I like this guy. I'm gonna do a raid of. Let's see, SF. Here we go.
If we lose Nick Bosa,
Trent Williams might come back in a few weeks.
Let's sign into chat. Oh, yeah. Let's do a raid here. I like these guys. Let's do a little raid. I know there's only a few of us left in here, but let's do a raid.
What a game tonight. But it does suck. It does, man. You should have won it. You guys should be 2-3, bro. You guys should be 2-3. 17 nothing lead in Chelsea. That's just really tough. Really, really tough. Not gonna lie. If I was a Raiders fan, I would be crying right now.
Yep.
Kyle Pitts and Patterson are injured right now.
There we go. Let's get a little raid going.
Hey, David McClue, J Mills. What's up, David? What's up, David McClue?
Hey, David.
Bang, 9 again.
Shifty!
Hey. Oh my God! Thank you for the raid, Shifty. Oh my God!
Shifty, you're the goat! You're the goat! You're the goat!
There we go.
Thank you! You're the goat! Shifty!
That's awesome.
Bro, Shifty! Thank you, Shifty!
I love it.
This man's an absolute legend!
Everybody.
I know, isn't it great? They're like super pumped up. This is awesome. Hell yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen these guys have left like comments and stuff on like my channel on like different videos. So I really I think it's awesome. There we go. Thank you, Merrick. Appreciate you. Yeah, I wanted to do. I haven't really done a raid before, so congrats for being the first raid. But yeah, awesome. You guys keep up the great work. If you're watching now, let's keep up the great work. You guys are great. There we go. Check out the videos. Do your thing. Oh, thank you very much. Hell yeah. But yeah, guys, really, it's one of those things where like I have a lot of respect for people who do this, who put their time into it. So keep it up. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. And thank you for subscribing to the channel too. So keep it up. They noticed. They noticed. There we go. But yeah, what a crazy game. The Raiders just completely blew it. Thank you. I love the reaction. You guys are awesome. But keep up the great work. Keep up the energy. It's awesome. There we go. There we go. But that was a whole lot of fun. We'll have to do another raid once on Sunday. We'll do another raid just because I know that usually for the Niner games we get like a lot more people in here, so that'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, SF Niner Sports Nation, keep up the work. Christian, Geezer, everyone here, thank you so much. Chiefs fan, what's up? Hefe KC, what's up? Merrick, again, thank you for subscribing to the channel. It does help out a lot. It means a lot. But thank you very much, guys. I am going to be calling it a night. I've been streaming over 3.5 hours. Yeah, great energy. Those guys have fun energy. And what a wild game. Kelsey, 4 touchdowns. The Raiders raidering their way into a loss. And yeah, just one of those things. But I will be back live streaming on Sunday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'll be going live about maybe 9:30 a.m. And we'll be doing the 49ers at the Falcons, which is going to be a whole lot of fun. But Chiefs fan, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate all of that. That was a fun raid to end off the night. But thanks again, guys. We'll talk to you soon. I'm going to have videos coming out. I'm going to be doing a preview, of course, of the Falcons game. And then I will also, I'm thinking about maybe doing some power rankings as well. Smoke, great to have you here. Stu as well. Christian, of course, always a pleasure. J-Mouse, great to have you here. Thank you, everyone, guys. I'm going to head on out of here. And have a good rest of your night. Have a good week. And we'll be seeing y'all soon. Take care.